back as something else, and it's like, when
Yeah,
people
I
use
know.
other
But we're
people's names.
live now, so real quick.
Okay, why?
Welcome to I Drink and I Know Things. This is episode number 4. We usually don't do a stream on Tuesdays, but we're gonna be going into a new direction here on the channel. I figured we should all sit down, have a chat, and let you viewers know what's going on behind the scenes a little bit. Right now, Jensen and Cabby are here with me. More people will probably show up. How are you guys doing? Especially you, Cabby. I haven't talked to you in like a week or so. How you been, man?
Yeah, fine, mate. Yeah, just doing shit, getting things done. So it's not a lot to report really. Just really dull life. I haven't been snowed in, or I've not had a tornado come through my house or anything exciting.
That's one thing we don't get up here, especially in the Cascades, are fucking tornadoes. I don't have to worry about that shit.
Yeah.
Space rocks. I'm kind of worried about space rocks. Okay, let's talk about the direction of the channel, and then we'll go into our alternative discussions here, because I have something to talk about with a meteor. A report just came out by one of the space agencies that's really quite scary, actually. But we'll get to that here in a few. All right, guys. Everybody knows Game of Thrones is starting on
boring.
Shut up, Cabby. It's starting on the 14th of next month. Yeah. I'm going to do a live stream directly after the show, after I watch it. That way everything's fresh in my mind.
No. After you finish your masturbation, and cleaned up, and tissues and things.
And then also the next day or a day or two later, I'll be putting out an actual edited review where I just make a video and review it. Maybe record a podcast with Jensen here, because he's actually has good taste and likes Game of Thrones, right, Jensen?
I do, actually, even though I'd like it noted, Stark sucks. Night King forever.
Wow, winter is coming, dude. Don't make it come over your back, you son of a bitch. No.
Yeah. It's like the end of the Civil War, and you're bloody, you and MC.
We have an announcement.
It never ends.
We have an announcement on that series as well, Cabby. We have an announcement on that. If you want me to jump right to that immediately, then fine. But
do we know who wins yet?
No spoilers. No spoilers.
All right. So also, the Civil War series is wrapping up. We got about 3, maybe 4 more episodes left. Once that wraps up, I'm gonna download all the episodes, and I'm gonna do some editing and try and make them, polish them up and re-upload a nicer version with the same commentary though. I'm just gonna throw, do some editing and make it a little bit better. But we have 3 different ideas for where to go next. And I'm glad Cabby and Jensen, you guys are here, because the idea I'm leaning towards is the Revolutionary War. And we break it down the same way we did the Civil War, but this time I want a panel of 4, MC and I, and then 2 Brits. That way we get an even perspective on the revolution. I think that's a good idea. What do you guys think?
Yeah, all right.
I mean, it could work, but Jensen doesn't know fuck all about history.
Yeah, well, then I know nothing.
Fine bollocks. No, I'm kidding, Jensen.
No, I'll be completely useless. Who was in that Revolutionary War? That was Mexico, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. And the Canadians somewhere at some point.
Yeah, I knew it was them. They're always causing trouble.
It was the French ones, you see. It's always the French.
This is true.
So I'm leaning towards the revolution, but there's also 2 other topics MC and I were talking about. One is Reconstruction. I think you guys are burnt out on the Civil War, and that's immediately after the war, and that's about how they divided up the South in the military districts and the racial tensions and everything else. I think I'm going to wait for that. I think we're a little burnt out on the Civil War, so we're going to wait on that series. There was also...
excuse me, we're a bit burnt out. How long did it go? It lasted longer than the bloody Civil War.
No, it didn't. Do your math correctly, you freaking lying bastard.
No. It felt like it.
But no, so yeah, there will be another history series as well. Voice of One and I were talking. We're not going to break down Enterprise episode by episode. It'll take too long. We're just going to do season by season. So we'll keep doing that probably on Thursdays if Voice ever gets his ass in gear and watches the season. Hint, hint. Voice of One. Other than that, I'm going to be putting out more edited videos, guys. We're still going to do our live streams. We're still going to talk the news. But the Red Eye's gone on for 3 years. I think we're phasing it out, and we're going to roll with this new series, I Drink and I Know Things, for the foreseeable future.
Oh, so
I'm not sure.
Copyright struck you finally?
No, Fox hasn't found out, but now they might. Thanks a lot, memes.
So I should stop tweeting the show at Greg Gutfeld.
Nah, if he cared, he would have fucking struck it down by now, right?
Well, it's like MC using, the get off my lawn thing. It's still,
Yeah, absolutely.
What? I recommended that to him.
Oh, yes, of course you did.
Excuse, whoa, no, but right, you can stop right there, memes. I actually told him to use that fucking ages ago.
Fine, I stole it from
I
you.
remember when we had the discussion. The discussion, Jason. Yeah. You're lying, memes. Why are you lying? Why would you lie about something so irrelevant?
Oh.
What is wrong with you?
It sounded cool.
Now,
didn't work though, did it?
Here's the thing, guys. Some things are going to stay the same. Red Eye Rants, hopefully, will still be coming now. Eldritch is doing a great job editing that podcast. Those guys do. I fucking enjoy watching it. And I enjoy doing the premiere thing and watching it with you guys in the chat. That's not going to change. We'll still be doing the news and shit, and we'll still, if you show up just to hear us banter back and forth, that's still going to happen, right? We ain't changing that.
Definitely not. No, the bounce is permanent fixture, I would hope.
Yeah.
Until the revolution comes, and then who knows?
And I am still getting a new computer next month, so we are still gonna start to switch over to OBS. Hangouts is gonna end up being terminated. Google actually announced they just started a video game streaming site now. Like, not streaming, like people
it's cloud
playing
computing, man. It's literally a new system that's entirely based on the Google backbone in the cloud.
Yeah, so Google's trying to jump into the video game market. If that tanks, they're going to cut back on YouTube and Hangouts and everything, guys. Just watch it happen.
I think, if anything, this change right now, because at that point, normally when you're playing a game, you're doing it on like the user end. So most of the computing, the visual graphics come from that. If they're claiming you can stream in 4K at 60 FPS from any device, quote unquote, I mean, at that point, the amount of data that's going to be used through that, I mean, this is literally another step towards the point where I do think they're going to end up taking a kind of model the power companies use and just literally just treating it like fuel, being like, well, we're just going to charge you based upon your gigabytes.
So
they used to do that. They do. A lot of them do that anyway.
Real quick, Cabby, before we digress into Google and other stuff, just to recap real quick. So yes, some things are going to change, but the panels are probably going to stay the same. The content within the streams are probably going to stay more or less the same. But I am going to be doing more reviews and expanding into the other interests I have. So it should be fun. Hopefully for the next 3 years, guys. I've already gone 3. That's the update on what's going on with the channel. Now let's get to the normal crust of the show.
No, that's cool.
So
no,
the
I
Google,
like that. You know, I've been saying to you for ages, but hang on, Matt. I was just going to say that it's good that you're going to start doing that. Your own stuff. As opposed to offline, as opposed to just hangouts.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's going to help the channel expand and grow. And I've seen a lot of growth here recently. The last 3 or 4 days, we've jumped up a little bit. So I think this is a good new direction. I'm feeling good about it, guys. So
Cool.
yeah, here's to a next good chapter of the channel.
Memes. Hammered Spud would like to know: did you get a new voice box or a new mic? Because you're sounding moist, apparently.
Oh, well, it's actually a new computer. So.
Oh, cool! Nice one, dude.
Oh, well. Okay, where did you insert it?
So you guys had started geeking out on that Google thing. I just read that today. What do you guys think? You think it's actually going to be as good as they're claiming?
No, no, it's bullshit. No, I mean it's the same thing with all of this stuff that's going on cable and everything else. And there's no way that you can transmit that. I mean, it would be down to the ISPs and the ability for them to stream at those sort of rates. And not only that, if you're paying per gigabyte, the amount of gigabytes that you would have playing a 1080 game or a 4K game for 10 minutes, and if you look at the current cost of gigabytes on standard, Comcast and these other companies can barely deal with the fucking
that's the interesting thing, Cabby, because currently what most of the ISPs do around here, they give you quote unquote unlimited bandwidth often, but usually in the industry, once you get around 250 to 500 gigs a month, then that's where you start to see the issues with throttling and stuff, and net neutrality isn't a thing anymore. So what I think this might do is this is going to push the industry towards more of the cell phone telecom, where you have a set amount you purchase per month, and then anything over they charge you. That's not currently the case with land-based things, but I do see it kind of going the way of the power company. You'll have somebody that owns the lines, and then you're just gonna data is a commodity, right?
It's nothing new. They're going to do the same thing as the Wi-Fi model. It's going to apply the Wi-Fi model to the the home model. It's not like it's a surprise. It's already been done countless times. It's in all different areas in different countries, and they do that over here, Jensen. Right? You got different pay-as-you-go data packs and things like that. Yep. You can buy X amounts of gigabytes, and just what they already do. It's not new. But I tell you now, if you're going to build that model based on the pricing of gigabytes now, and you wouldn't even get 10 minutes of a game at 1080 if you were playing it over and you had 5 gigabytes of data, and that would cost you about £10 or something.
No, and what about people like me, up in the middle of nowhere? We're stuck with like CenturyLink, right? Like, I'm already having fucking issues. I ain't gonna be able to stream no game at that fucking range. Not a chance in hell.
No.
I'll stick with my PlayStation 4.
Now, you see, the main thing that's happening with this, what's happening, the concept that they're trying to create is that it's this meshing of all the different technologies. It's like when you start with anything like software. Well, I mean, go back to the days of, horse and cart, and then you get the trains, and then people start, you got Steam. Oh, how can we do things with Steam? And they start making shit, then you end up with steamboats and all that kind of stuff. And this is how technologies develop. And then different technologies integrate with each other. So now you've got the network and when you look at the companies who are involved in this, it's the massive networking companies like Oracle and, obviously Google and, Facebook isn't. When you're looking at actual providers, the major ISPs and things like that, they're meshing their technologies directly into the software. So this is actually sort of like an integration process that's happening in terms of the way that they're trying to find a way of exploiting the populace yet more. This is kind of like this will turn into like a fucking loot box of internet.
Well, what I'm thinking is you're gonna have the people with the internet that can support it, like the people in the inner cities, the big cities like LA, New York, Philadelphia, Boston. They're going to be able to get this, and they're going to run it just as advertised. But then you're going to have people in, like Eugene, Oregon, or even not just where I live, but like Eugene, where they get Comcast, but it's not necessarily the same Comcast that Memes gets. I bet you Memes is probably more reliable.
But that's what I'm saying, mate. Is that you're going to end up now with a two-tier kind of. It's going to be like a class system, and like a technology class system.
Wait, are the
It's gonna
flyover
be
states getting
introduced.
kind of fucked over again in this respect as well?
Yeah, cool. Well, they have been for quite a while. I mean, have you seen the cost of internet in the Rust Belt?
Dude,
Crazy.
there's so much of that. Dude, like, and here's the thing. If you're an ISP and you're even looking to go into an area where there's already an established competitor, it's like, all right, you're not going to get all the market share. So you're judging how much you're going to get. You're going to have to lay all the cable and stuff. And you don't just do like one town. The thing is, you need to like go through like different town councils, the city councils, and every town has their own regulation. That's why if you go to like the Google Fiber page, like I did a couple of years ago, they even said, we need a streamlined process. Otherwise, it's the amount of time, effort, and money you spend just going through like the regulatory bureaucracy. And to be fair, I mean, you're going to be having to dig up streets and stuff. So like, I get that, but it's never the same. It always almost seems to always be something different, which adds to the kerfuffle.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's always the problem. It's like the same problem.
Well, real quick,
Once you got those distances,
here's the
you can do
question
it.
for you guys.
Yeah, mate.
Do any of you have fiber optics ran to you? Because I sure as hell don't.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how you define fiber. If you're talking fiber to the actual premises, where then it ends up going into a cable modem.
No.
Yeah, I mean, that does like I know Verizon Fios has that, Google Fiber has that. A lot of the big cable providers, what they do is they'll have a trunk fiber line that will run to a node that's often on like a pole or underground or something, where it converts it over to the RF signal that gets run over the copper to your house, and then they pull off of that. It's called was it data over cable access systems or something?
Yeah, that's about it. So it's coax. Yeah, it's coax. It's coax. Right? It's basically just a coax cable.
I'm explaining how we pitched it back in the day.
But I mean, but to most districts,
Is she breaking up for anybody?
Yep.
Else? Cabby, you are fucked up verbally.
No, it was fine until you turned up.
Well, he's got a few split fibers there. It's
Tough
all right.
kitty set the kitty when the milk went dry. You are fucked up. Fix it.
What? No. The milk can't go dry. Then it will go bad. Oh, hey, Eldritch.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, how are you doing, man?
My life is a lie.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
shit happens.
It's okay.
All
So
of
is
ours.
mine. It's all right. Besides, we're all in a computer simulation. I mean, seriously, you don't know that?
Then somebody
Well,
needs to
the
fuck
Hangout
the
is a
guy who wrote this
simulation.
program.
What? James Damore?
I think so. I think that might be it.
No, that's
It's the guy who
lot.
wants to fuck him, not the guy who programmed everything. I hear he's very good in bed.
I'm not
He
gonna
looks like a fucking lizard person. He's the guy who wrote Facebook.
What? No, I didn't create Facebook.
No, the lizard dude.
Yes.
Since you brought up lizard people, I'll give a shout out to my buddy Creepy Little Book. He sells T-shirts and mugs that say "Fight the Reptilian Conspiracy." So if you want to fight against the reptilians, go buy some of his merch.
Well, kobolds are slightly lizard-like creatures.
No, I was just telling everybody about the new direction of the channel. We already did that, so now we're just kind of bullshitting. Someone brought up. It was me that brought up space rocks earlier. There was just a study put out, right? In the movie Armageddon, where they land on a giant asteroid, dig a hole in it, blow it up with a nuke. Sounds like a great idea, right? Well, turns out if we actually tried that, it will break apart, but then the gravity from it being pulled to Earth will bring it back together, and it'll fucking impact us still. So that ain't gonna work.
It will go from a giant mortar to a whole bunch of buckshot.
Duh. No. See, everybody thought what memes just said, that it would break up into big chunks and then hit all over the place. But no, it's gonna reform and hit us still. We can't blow it up.
Well, no, MD. That's with a single nuclear charge. You need a series of nuclear charges, and for some reason, the words coming out of my mouth saying we need more and more nukes added. Somehow, I don't think that'll. It just sounds wrong.
No, it depends how far away you do it.
Yep.
It needs to definitely. You can't break it up locally. You need to get it way before it even. I mean, we're talking hundreds of millions of miles.
We need Space Marine.
Then,
We'll
well,
reform.
Space Force.
no, you're right. The Space Force.
Speaking of the Space Force,
Yeah. We need.
You're my hero.
Yay!
First of all, that study that you're talking about, Mad Dodge, right, is one person's and literally one person's opinion of what could happen.
Fair enough.
Number
That is true. I
two-
didn't disclose that. I should have. You're right.
Number
Sorry.
two, the person who's doing that, all right, is saying we can blow it up over a long period of time. Yes, we do know that gravity will eventually suck the things back together again. Okay. However, one of the things that they don't talk about is that takes time. It's hardly instantaneous. Okay.
You mean as soon as something gets exploded, it reform?
Well, it's
Like that?
its momentum has to shift, all right, which means it's gotta change its momentum of expansion and slow it down, stop it, and then reverse it, which is what the gravity's got to do. So it depends on the force being utilized. If you're using enough force to crack an asteroid in half and blow it apart, like they showed in that stupid movie Armageddon, the gravity is not going to sit up there and pull it back together anytime soon.
Okay.
so
So what we need to do basically is get a base on Titan, and that way we could intercept the asteroids as they're coming in and blow them up from a greater distance away.
Well,
If
what
we're
you
going to
want,
talk about this,
No,
actually,
you need to have the MC blow them out of the fucking sky.
I'll be trying
No.
to bring them in and land them.
the only thing that can stop a bad rock is a good rock.
No.
So your head?
actually, to be completely serious, what we need to do is actually get the magnetic linear accelerator sorted. Get one mounted on the moon to shoot anything that gets too close. Once we finally make it to Mars, mount one there. And yes, going to Titan is a bloody good idea. We mount one there. That way we've got 3 layers of defenses to shoot them on the way in.
Are you suggesting we put up railgun auto turrets?
On different
It's-
planets.
Well, you don't want to put them on the planets themselves. You want to put them on their satellites, especially ones that don't have air, since that will limit their capabilities. Or
That's why I picked
atmosphere.
the 3 that I did.
Oh, MC, maybe you have the answer to this. So if I go out into space and I pull back an elastic band and I fire it off my finger, will it go forever?
Unless gravity pulls it into something else, yeah.
That would be cool.
If you grab the rubber band and you were on a spacecraft and you launched it, or let's say you're in orbit and you launched it, it will change and go into a new orbital trajectory just by the input of adding the extra emphasis to it.
So
Do you know
we shouldn't.
what pain you would be in by pulling your fucking finger off in outer
You
space?
don't pull your finger off. You pull the band back. You've never fired an elastic band. Oh God, we should never bring paper clips into space.
And by the way, just so you'll know, once we've actually got this going to space thing sorted, the weapon of choice is actually a flechette pistol. Can you imagine the damage that's going to do when that rips through the suit? Have a nice day.
Well, yeah, that is a more effective way of looking at it if you want to do it. But just ripping the suit can be enough, especially if you're puncturing multiple holes, which make it very difficult then to seal all the holes. You got to seal one, then the other one, then you got to be kind of a pain in the ass.
So in space, the pen is mightier than the sword.
Yes.
The flechette is. I don't think a flechette has ever been called a pen. And what's more is beef hive rounds were made of flechettes, and they've been outlawed.
Why is cabbage multiplying?
Cabbages do that.
Well, when a
spore
cabbage
drive.
when a cabbage meets another vegetable that it likes, it starts to release spores because it's happy.
Oh, and one died. That's oh so terrible. Everybody grieve. Shit, he's back.
God. We're
Here we
frickin-
go. Welcome.
We're oppressing Cabbage due to his frayed fiber lack of privilege.
But if you're going to do anything with an asteroid, you want to get it. You want to take care of it as far away as possible. The main reason is because you have far more options. The closer it is, the less options you have.
That's why I picked the 3 sites I suggested.
Could we test this on the asteroid belt?
Oh, by the way, your rubber band is not going to go.
I'm going to assume what Cabbage said is incorrect.
Well, I don't know what he was going to say.
Finds
I
an
wanted to
onion
wait
find
till
forever.
him to finish. It would sit up there until it gets hit with gravity. If you're in deep space and you fire it, it will continue in that thing until it's affected by gravity.
No, it'll stay within the solar system. It's never going to get. It's never going to get the escape velocity from the solar system.
If you're near escape velocity to start with when you launch it, it will.
Space.
Yeah, but if you in outer
What
space,
if I
you've
launch
already
it
got-
from my finger while going at escape velocity?
Well, then of course it's going to go at escape velocity. Come on.
Then it would, yes. But you didn't qualify any of these points previously. It was
I
point one.
did not. I was also talking about
No.
hypothetically launching a rubber band from my finger in space.
Without anything
Yes,
affecting
you were.
which means
Nonsense, and nobody cared.
MC did enough to answer him.
Well, the MC answers almost everybody.
well, they ask me a question, I tend to answer yes.
Common politeness.
I'm going to
No,
go with
he
the
also
original
yelled
concept
at
for
him.
Ask Jeeves.
Oh, and by the way, memes. The problem with your elastic band thing is the moment you actually put it into the vacuum, it actually goes solid and shatter because obviously rubber and the cold.
Well, yes. Assuming we have a super elastic band made of carbon nanotubes or something.
No, well, I mean, rubber when you put it in space is if it's going to be affected, it's going to react just like normal heat. If there's heat around, I mean, if it's able to absorb heat from the sun or whatever, then it can stay elastic. It's not going to necessarily shatter. If you take it out on the other side though, and there's nothing to warm it up, there's no. Then yeah, it can.
Dude, you
do
are
it.
freaking me the fuck out.
What?
Not you. The dude
Oh,
wearing the fucking feathers for face.
I was wondering when somebody's going to finally notice.
What's wrong with face feathers?
I'm sitting in my basement and I found some weird shit down here.
Wait, you're a furry. You're Beto from Mario 2.
I have no idea where this stupid thing came from.
Does that look like fur to you?
No,
When
it's all
did
feathers.
fur become feathers?
Check this.
Well, some people confuse them. Sometimes they look similar.
The only one who confuses them is you.
I love this thing. This is so stupid.
That's awesome.
I was
I
actually.
got
I
some
will
other
wear that on
masks.
your streams.
This one
Oh,
I think is pretty. This one looks more like Batman Beyond.
Ooh, can I have that mask?
It's all leathery. See, this is
I
a
know.
fun time mask. This one's just silly.
Oh,
Ah,
It looks like you just escaped from Mardi Gras.
maybe
You're-
that's what it's from. I don't know. I just found it down
Well,
here.
what does it smell like? Or should I ask?
I can't smell. I got beaten into a coma about 25 years ago when they sewed my face back on. They screwed up my sinuses.
No.
Ouch.
no. Just wash your hands.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Wash my hands, and I'll finally get my sense of smell back. Hey, thanks. That's some.
Right,
Want
good.
to put some
Don't-
paper cuts all over my face and sprinkle me?
Here's a
with
suggestion. Don't look at it under a fluorescent light.
Ah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Oh. Oh, you
By
have a
the way,
blind light.
about your whole rubber band thing, I didn't want to speak because I didn't want to jump into the main screen here, but the rubber band thing, defined forever around the solar system, yeah, it'll go forever until it hits something, but whatever it hits is technically going forever. The Earth is going forever.
Is
Okay,
it?
so yeah, well, yeah, it's certainly orbiting the sun fast enough.
I thought we only had like another 2.5 billion years.
Well, maybe it'll sink into the center of the sun, or maybe it won't. It's hard to tell. When the sun shrinks, it's going to lose, expands. It's also going to shed outer layers. So it's going to lose weight. So its gravity is going to go down. The Earth might spiral out further. We might hit Mars, or the asteroid belt or something.
See, according to my gaming history, I've seen what happens. The Sephiroth gains the black materia. He summons off a meteor, just like we were talking about. It goes through a bunch of planets. It hits the sun then expands, and then roast cloud a bunch of people. And then we Omni slash them down.
And cabbage
I really am
isn't
gonna shoot you.
exploding. Shocked.
So what is the topic for tonight anyways? Are we just bullshit?
Pretty much bullshit.
Bullshit.
By the way, are you legitimately being freaked out? I'll turn off the camera if it is.
No, I love it. I
No,
really do.
you legitimately did freak me out, but I'm good. I'm good now.
Okay, just thinking.
I know what the fuck.
Let's talk about our favorite masks.
Why?
Because I like masks.
Of course you do.
It would be the mask that I
No,
wear
it is-
every
it-
day to
okay.
go to my job so that I don't get fired.
Oh, a cooler mask than that.
Look, are we
The
just
mask
going
you
to go
put-
down one of
The mask that
Are we just
hides
gonna
the
go
pain
down-
within my soul.
Are we just going to go down this route of?
Of course we are, Cabby. This is
some
Dodger's
kind of
show.
Kindergarten
Well,
bullshit.
Well, why don't you bring something up then, Cabbage?
Well, let's look up some
He's
stuff.
gone again.
Like what? Well, I mean, there are significant topics if people want to take,
Such as
make an appraisal of them. Well, I mean, the New Zealand thing, the fallout from that, the way in which the media's responding, to feed
Well,
the
okay,
narrative that he presented.
Since you brought that up, let me ask a question.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
just my impression, or did their freaking prime minister put a hijab on?
Probably, yeah. Well, I mean, Justin Trudeau's done that. I mean, so's I think Theresa May do that.
She didn't have the full hijab.
Is that different than somebody after a tragedy in a Jewish community putting on a yarmulke?
Yeah, but I mean, isn't that actually then that social isn't that appropriation of some kind?
Well, it's ridiculous as far as I'm concerned. Right? And the yarmulke is not a symbol of oppression. Memes. The hijab is. Whether they look at it that way or not, the vast majority of women in this country, the vast majority of people in it, look at the hijab as if it's a symbol of females being oppressed.
Okay, does everyone feel that way?
It doesn't matter if everyone feels that way. I'm sorry, Ted. Go ahead.
Levi's makes burqas.
Oh.
What? Denim burqas. Can you get a denim burqa?
Yeah, on Casual
Oh,
Burqa
shit.
Friday, they can show off their ankles.
Were they the ones that made the racist shoes?
I believe so, yes.
Where does he put the rivets? Where
Did
are
you
the
just say
rivets?
Casual Burqa Fridays?
Casual Burqa Friday.
Wait,
Seriously.
no,
Eldridge, where are the rivets? Okay,
I walked outside to
Levi
take a
renowned
phone
for the rivets.
The rivets?
Where are the
I don't have any rivets. Nobody saw any rivets. What the fuck do you know about the rivets? You
I
don't
know
know
about the
nothing
rivets. I've
about the rivets, okay? You shut your mouth about the rivets right fucking now. You don't know nothing. Nothing.
Oh, the men in black are coming.
No, see, I walked outside to take a phone call. I come back and there's a crazy guy yelling about rivets. What the fuck's going on?
I want to know where the rivets are in the
And
burqas.
Quinn
right
in the
there.
chat is for the swarm.
Yes, this is the hammer.
I'm still hoping for an alien invasion. I'm just putting it out there.
Didn't I talk
Well,
about the alien invasion earlier today?
Yeah.
Oh yes, you did.
Well,
yes.
you also talked about a woman having an orgasm so good she had a fucking heart attack and a brain
It
bleed.
was a stroke. It was a stroke.
It was
She had her
only a
brain.
stroke.
She had her brain freaking.
She just got confused as to what kind of
out.
stroke she wanted. She was saying stroke me, and then and have
What-
her brain
what's
shut
the-
down.
Weird about that, right? 'Cause it's a common joke where the guy ends up having a heart attack, while he's fucking some young bint. I mean, why is it so weird that a woman has a heart attack while getting?
It wasn't a heart attack. It was a stroke.
Well,
thought it was
whatever.
great. I thought it was great because
Cardiovascular
I'm the
issue.
one who posted the damn thing last night.
Basically, he screwed her brains out.
Literally. Or you could say he blew her mind.
Hang on, where was he fucking her? It wasn't fucking her ear.
He was giving her
No, he
oral.
ate
Actually,
her
Ear
out.
fucking. Not an eye socket or anything.
yeah, he was
like
giving her
that.
oral sex that was so good that she basically lost her mind.
Oh, you know, I mean, that's good to have in your CV.
I gave my girlfriend brain damage
Yeah.
early.
You know.
That's something you include on your resume.
Yeah, that's every time you
Oh,
open your
Brando,
fucking
damn right.
mouth, memes.
Oh.
I want to lose my goddamn mind every time you open your mouth.
Well, you've
Ow.
seen my tongue.
Oh, jeez.
Sadly, I have.
And yeah, everybody got quiet.
And on
Okay.
that happy note, hi, Madge,
Yeah.
Dodge, welcome back.
Yeah, no, my school called, so I had to handle that, and they're gonna fix everything for me. So hey, that's a good thing on
Wait.
today.
I'm glad you didn't have to cut anybody this time.
But okay, I left and we were talking about space rocks, came back and it's aliens. Are the aliens sending the rock?
No, the
Yes.
aliens sent
No.
us. The aliens
No,
sent
the
humans.
aliens sent
Sending
me.
rock.
The aliens sent human beings to Earth for the specific purpose of dealing the death blow to Mother Nature because they were pissed at her.
Hey, that bitch
Yeah,
had it
you
coming.
see, MC, you see,
Okay,
MC,
Mother
this is the
Nature's
thing I
just
don't-
like any other bitch. You slap her around till she does what you want. That's how it works.
but Eldridge,
Wait, did somebody invite Sean
got these-
Connery?
20 no's and a yes is a yes.
What?
Yeah.
That was from
That's Sean
Family Guy.
Connery. Sean Connery in the 007. She goes, no. There's like 20 no's. Then finally she said, yes.
Are you sure you're not talking about the little short segment from Family Guy?
I think it's the same thing.
Okay.
yeah, they did parody it. Well, I mean, how can you parody a parody?
Yes, James
That's how
Bond
I
is a
guess.
parody at this point.
Yeah, but
Do,
Yeah,
do
I
you
mean,
see how
aliens.
certain folks might have complaints about that?
complaints.
No,
about
that's Tag. That's not Scooby Outlaw. Why don't you join us?
No. I mean, no. Connery said that. I mean, he said that sometimes women they'll just drive you to the point where you got to smack them to show them that they pushed it to the point because they won't give up until they see some kind of response. And unless you either shout
Well,
at them, they think they
I
won.
agree, but
And
the
so
response
otherwise,
does
you
not
just
have
give
to
them a
be
slap.
physical violence. The
Well, that's
response could
domestic
be-
abuse.
No, it doesn't have to be. But
So,
that was like 1970s when he said it,
Yeah.
and it was kind of, it's just like, well, having said that, I mean, no.
Cabbage,
people
it's the
eat it.
current
No,
year.
A woman comes up.
It's the current year.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's some fuck-
What Kevin's just saying. It's
If
like
some
a
woman,
firm
if some
emotion.
no, excuse me. Hey, I don't need you to explain what I fucking said. What I'm saying is that no, I mean there are people. If some crazy bitch ran at me and just went ballistic, of course I'd defend myself. I wouldn't have any problem with doing that. I don't give a shit if it meant that I had to punch her if she was going completely fucking bonkers.
I think the proper response is more of MC's one where he just picked his wife up and started just bouncing her off the bed.
I can see MC just throwing her on the bed. She bounces back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked. Happened several
Is your
times.
wife made out of rubber, perchance? Maybe.
No.
Meatball?
She was angry at me, and she was trying to. So she jumped at me, and I grabbed her, picked her up, and tossed her on the bed, and then it became a game because she would jump off the bed at me and try and attack me. And my wife
That
weighs
seems like
about
a more
$105.
that seems like a more appropriate response than knocking your wife out. I'm just saying there's a difference there.
I mean, losing teeth, bouncing on a bed.
Well, you just throw her back
Maybe
in
a
there.
little from column A.
It was a
and column
game,
B.
and I started laughing, which is the worst thing you can do in
Oh, they don't
in a
like
woman's
that.
bed.
Yeah. No.
Because then she stopped, and I said, "Okay, I guess the fight is over." So I turned around to go downstairs, and she kicked me in the small of the back, and down the stairs I went.
I remember that part too.
In her defense, you had it coming.
I wasn't hurt. I was just like, "Okay, well, don't do that anymore." See, lesson learned.
You're like, okay. You hit the bottom of the stairs, roll back up. You're like, I'm headed to the bar.
No. Going back to kind of like the general ethos of kind of what Cabbage was saying, it's like if I found personally like unless I really showed that like here's a strong like emotional response to something, it's almost like, oh, okay, that is a thing. And I realized it's like, I don't like yelling, but it's like, then when I would yell, it's like, oh, then we moved on. I'm like, I
Hey
don't
there,
like
dog.
this.
Ban women.
What?
Okay.
No.
Just fucking
I like
ban
women.
women. Fuck
Great
women.
opening. Great opening.
Ban
there.
them. Ban them. Ban them all. Women are terrible people.
Wait, aren't you married to a woman?
Yeah. Fucking terrible.
But since when were women people?
Yeah,
Anyway.
exactly. They're not. They make sandwiches.
Make sandwiches. Mm.
Hop to it, then, bear dog.
No, I don't have to make sandwiches.
Aren't you a woman, bitch?
No.
Ah, you got
Good
tits, don't you?
answer.
I'm a fucking airplane.
Did you see the
How are ya?
what the German the rail system is doing
What?
in that one area where they're basically they have the women's card now, so they get cheaper train tickets and stuff.
Tell me it's pink. Is the card pink?
I don't know. I have no idea if it's pink or not.
Wait. The train's less? See, I thought it was just auto insurance.
No, that was the trains. Far carton.
Wait, I thought women
Card.
paid more for auto insurance, not less.
Per capita, per hour's driving, yes. Women, if you measure hour per hour driven, are actually worse drivers than men. But women drive less than men, so they
Women
pay
shouldn't
less
be
on average.
driving. They should be in the kitchen, barefoot, attached to the stove like mine.
My
Shut
stove
up.
comes with
How
someplace
do you
warm
get to
your
the
feet.
bedroom and other places and like movies and dancing?
What the fuck is that gay shit?
Well, if you're chained to a stove, it's going to be hard to move.
That sounds fucking gay.
You don't like movies?
That sounds fucking gay.
What's wrong with that?
She gets to stay at home and make me dinner.
So Pinoid wants to know if I found some new panelists from the gay bar.
I mean, Pinoid, I've always been here. What are you talking about, dude?
Oh, dear God, don't introduce them.
What? Introduce who?
A wolf and a gorilla come into a hangout.
Pinoid and I we're chill as fuck. We're cool.
That sounds like a beginning of a really bad.
We
joke.
want to
When can the
repeal
gorilla
the
enter a bar.
we want to repeal the 19th
He's talking
Amendment.
about the mask.
Yes, he's talking about the mask. If it's truly disturbing people, I'll take it.
Leave it on, dude.
Oh
I love
no,
it.
leave it on.
Well, he's the Purple Ranger from Wonderland.
Fucking gay shit.
Dun dun dun. I got all sorts of weird shit down here. I'm in my subterranean lair.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Dude, I want a bomb shelter. That'd be
Technically, it's underground.
I'm not high or
It's
drunk
a
enough for that.
lair.
So you're in a basement.
I'm layering in it. Yes, I'm in a basement.
So you're in your mom's basement.
No,
We
it's
got
mine.
it.
I fully own this basement.
We don't have basements here.
Then where do you? Oh no. Okay. I was gonna ask where you kept something, but no.
Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ah,
Ah, you see what I did there.
yeah, repeal the 19th.
What? What does that have to do with refrigerators?
Oh my god. I need more Steel Reserve, Mad Dog.
Yeah, you got to keep the beer cold.
It's called
Yeah.
drinking. Speaking of,
yeah, no, you don't get no more Steel Reserve. The 2-year-old.
Why do you feed the autism?
Cabbage. What are you talking about?
Memes.
Oh. We have a dude here in a purple fucking mask. That's autism. We've reached peak levels of autism. Wait
What?
for Pinoid to come on.
it's radioactive at the.
Oh no, we can go much
No,
lower
wait,
than
wait,
this
wait,
if
what's
we
wrong
put
with
some
Mac?
effort
I'm on a
into it.
Mac.
Come on.
even begun to descend into autism.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
All right, so you guys want to know how outrageous the new deals are in MLB? All right.
No. None of us care.
Hush.
No one cares.
No one. But Trout and the Angels are close to a $432 million 12-year deal. I would love $432 million.
Do you want to see some really stupid shit? Because I was working on Fashion Police.
Oh my god. Who are you gay? For real?
No comment.
Okay, you're gay.
I'm
Great.
quite married, but no comment. Anyway.
Well, you
No,
can
but seriously,
be
I've
gay
been
and
looking
He
at
married.
some
may
of
have
the
had
worst-
he may have had adventures.
I may have had adventures. No comment.
And he rides off into the sunset.
On a
Did you,
dick.
did you complete the quest?
Did I complete the quest? All right,
Did you get a reward?
I did complete the quest item, and I got a sword. Yes.
In his ass. He's gay. I win.
Joy Buckley
I
of
lucked up.
Corning, New York, delivered a 15-pound baby.
She has no vagina or asshole.
Well, they had a cesarean section.
Oh, it was a C-section?
It said that it felt
It was a
like I had
C-section?
been hit
For
by
real?
2 tractor trailers. They didn't say that here. I haven't got to that part. So
Dude, I want to
It
know if
was
she had the baby
actually.
vaginally. That shit is hilarious.
a 15-pound baby. That's a huge kid.
Because you know they like cut a woman's asshole out.
That's like
Right.
a turkey. That's like doing that to a turkey.
It's called an episiotomy, right, MC? Yeah.
I don't know what the heck those things are called.
MC
What
knows because he has
the
kids.
hell is that?
This
Read
is
the
Fashion
Bible.
Police. I went through and got the latest fashions for 2019.
Why?
This,
You did, mate. I remember. It was very funny, the last one. It was
But
good.
this stuff
why?
is horrible. Look at this guy.
Why
What
does
the hell is-
he looks like Avatar the Last Airbender if he was black.
Yes, the baby was delivered by C-section.
This is the guy who delivered the baby. Look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be
This is Hunger
surprised.
Games, man.
No,
This is Hunger Games.
he looks like
Required 3 doctors, a C-section, and a medical vacuum to pull the baby out.
Wait, isn't that the same procedure? Wait,
The
no, the
baby
guy
got
looks,
stuck. It was a baby girl too. She got stuck under the
shut up,
rib
man.
cage.
oh,
I just
Okay,
want to know
that-
what the fuck
that-
is this guy doing?
That doesn't look bad. The shades can fuck off. Oh,
Oh my god, dude! I almost choked on a Skittle. What the fuck?
it looks like a kimono and a burqa and a fucking beekeeping outfit or
Yeah.
whatever.
is that Darth Maul undercover?
This is Darth Maul after he got head and went off or something.
The
Seriously.
fourth
That's like
this
Darth
one.
Maul blowing a load. Jesus. Oh my god.
Dude, if your load looks like that, you need to
This
see a
is Darth
doctor.
Maul's adventure.
Like if you want to feel like you're a pawn in real life, here you go. It's the oven mitts that do it for me.
What is
Yeah,
the
digging
point?
up make pizza all day.
What is
These
what is
are
the
all
point
for
of those?
sale, and they are at minimum $400 each. Okay, this is real stuff that went down runways in cities for hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Just remember that. Okay, this might be a joke to you, but this is real to some freak. And I love this. It's like the latest in like knots in.
Yeah, but
The latest to wear when you're headed for a funeral.
do you know how much a furry suit costs?
I
Is
mean,
there a-
To wear for the funeral after the cremation.
Well, no,
No,
I'm
she just has the hat.
what's up with the baby cart?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I
Did
think-
these two breed? What the hell does it look like?
I mean, I don't think fashion shows have changed being fucking weird since the 60s.
No, it's gotten really bad the past couple of years.
So
I
is she
don't know,
trying?
man.
Here's someone wearing a brown ham on their head made of.
Is that Lady
What's wrong with
Gaga's
them?
sister?
Hey, come on, meat hats are an old thing. That's
Meat
old
hats.
new.
Soft
Yeah.
meat hats, yes.
Yeah,
I like the
you want a
big-
shawarma hat.
I like the one where
You want
she's
your
a couch.
shawarma hat.
I like the one where she's a couch.
Here's one that just goes straight to straight jacket. Like
Yeah,
this.
straight
No need to
jackets are-
screw around.
Dude, we should sell those all to the Antifa people.
Wait a second. Is Eminem a model now?
Oh my god! Yes, it looks like Eminem. Like, how low have you sunk, Eminem? Do you really need the money that bad?
Wait, dude, are those Skywaters?
Maybe you just escaped and managed.
That's what I was thinking. I think he just escaped and was fleeing down the runway.
Because President Trump was ignoring him.
It's a wizard.
Hey, I dig the cape. That's all I'm
I
saying.
shall cast
I'm
spells
sorry,
upon
but if you dig the floral pattern cape, there's something wrong with you.
I've seen better capes.
I've seen far. This is a cape that looks like they cut up my grandmother's couch. Seriously.
Not the couch, the curtains.
The curtains, yes.
Oh, he needed fabric.
I am
So,
Balthazar, the mighty.
Memes.
Fear
Would
my
you say that we
ears.
need better wizards?
We do need better wizards.
So you
is
can turn your
so
dog into a stuffed toy and a purse.
Oh, what?
Did Eric Open have a sex change?
What? I know Johnny Depp has been going through some shit, but damn.
None of this surprises me.
Oh, with a pet
Some of
carriage
these aren't
that
too
won't do.
bad, but some of them, I whatever caught my eye. This was just color scarring when I saw this one. And like
Nothing-
blue and orange, those
No-
two colors never go together.
Nothing in fashion surprises me anymore. Really.
Is she culturally appropriating Japanese samurai armor?
I think so.
Meme,
think
shut
so.
up.
It's the House of Holland. It's the House of Holland.
And now, and Bullshot has now arrived at the point that we've all been at for a long time. Shut up, memes.
No.
I still owe Wolfshot $5 to donate to
I'm-
a streamer.
Actually, this one I don't know why it stood out. I think it was the big circles.
Pay for it.
Do you
Like,
find
I think
funny
it was a
for
test
girl
pattern
that
that was
actually
going
had
out of
a
whack.
decent-looking face?
This
They
one-
all are hungry and need a cheeseburger.
No, they need a sandwich. That's true.
They
Here, her
27.
colognes are attacking her pajamas. I guess.
Oh my god, those ferrets are vicious.
It looks like a giant furry thing's trying to strangle her. I don't know what it is. It's Rosanna Dana. That was it. She looks like Rosanna Dana.
Mm,
She's in her pajamas. She threw on her freaking sweater, and the dogs went in the wild.
Oh,
oh.
the glasses make it.
Oh, that's a lot. That is a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's
That's a
no
lot of
way to
weird.
describe this one. It's just
Mm.
a lot. That is a lot.
Mm. That's a lot.
This one I don't
Go
know.
back to that one.
Oh
Go
my
back to that
God.
He
one.
looks like he's connected to the Matrix or something. Like
Wait. Is he walking down the runway under a UV light?
I don't know. I don't know.
Ew.
I don't
Jacob
think
Marley.
so. I
He's
think his eyes
making a
just-
reappearance. It's Jacob Marley. When
It
he
looks like they
those
killed
straps-
somebody and then attached a head to the headless corpse, and that's what he got. They have to keep the head on, or it'll fall off. It's
He
All I know is
escaped from a Christmas Carol.
well, short shorts are back in, I guess.
Yeah, with the little leg warmers at the bottom. Yeah, that's always a men's fashion.
I
statement.
just want to know what the fuck does it say on the shirt?
Is that Axl Rose's son?
Down the wood they went. And then there's, but don't you got to notice the little ferret thing here? Like there's a little ferret thing. Right here,
that looks like a
Oh, this
foam
is
finger.
like that.
Furry fashion.
What is that? What the fuck is
The
that?
It's a
raccoon
tail.
that's looking for its wife.
It's a
No,
tail.
but there's the bulge here. So there's the tail and the bulge.
No one's looking at his crotch but
Not-
you, dude.
Did you fucking stuff a weasel
tails
down her
are in the
pants?
back, man. It's
That's a
okay.
dude, I think. I don't know.
I just want to. You sure?
I don't know.
I'm not sure, but
Well,
I just
that
look
could
like
be
they
a he-
stuffed a weasel down
That
his
could be a
pants.
helicopter for all
It-
I fucking know.
Well,
I don't know. I
They're-
don't know, but it was disturbing me.
yeah. Well, they look like a professional model that needs to find their lost parent.
Look,
Never dies.
she is so hungry. Look at her face. She is so
She-
hungry right now.
He escaped from the 60s.
Oh my God,
She's
she's got that
starving.
heroin chick going on, doesn't she?
God.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love that heroin chick. Cheek. Or is it that how you pronounce it? Is it chick?
Chic.
Chic. Heroin chic. Yes. Speaking of,
Yeah.
what the, dude.
Shoot it.
Oh my God, it's my ex-roommate. That looks very creepy. Actually, he's down in Florida. He used to,
And there he is. wearing
no,
the that I gave
no,
you.
no, dude, he had wicked fair skin. I literally
The
asked one of
first-
my friends back in the day. I'm like, is he an albino?
No, I just want to say this. The first time I saw this, I swear I thought his ears were pointed. I thought he was an elf. It took me a while to figure it out.
I
But
like
at
his
first
boots.
glance, I was like, does he have pointy ears?
I like his
My ex-roommate played an elf.
I like his
Yes,
boots.
those are nice shoes. Those are. It's just, I don't know. Ah! Like, fuck.
Oh my, that's a lot.
That's just a lot. And
That's a lot.
shoelaces- The yellow shoelaces really
Oh,
make.
Jesus Christ.
And And the yellow bow tie knots for the jacket.
She looks like Christmas wrapping.
But just
the weird thing is, I have that exact same checkerboard pattern in the bathroom stall at work.
but where's Waldo?
It's urban camouflage. You go.
Why does she have one
stall
earring,
at
and
night.
why is it a series of forks? I don't know. He's just wearing a quilt.
The scary thing is that's actually the most normal thing we've seen.
Yes, it is. It is quite normal. See, that's not too bad. It just looks like something I'd find at Kmart after it was
Where in the world is
closed
Carmen
by
San
Chapter
Diego?
13 restructuring.
It's a Willy Wonka wank memory.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh, see?
By the
Yeah,
way,
Wolfie
I
gets
don't
me.
think that's a girl. I think
I-
that's a dude.
I don't. It could be a helicopter for all I fucking know, dude.
I think
An
it got
attack
raped.
helicopter.
I think it's a rape victim from a flamingo.
I think it's just saying I
It looks
demand
like-
my
It looks
everyone remain at least 3 feet from me at all times. I'm very poisonous.
Remember, flamingos, you can't just kill them. They're a protected species.
Yes, but you can use them as golf clubs. I saw it in a documentary.
No, we're not going back to frickin' Wonderland.
What wonderland did you go to?
This one, oh wait, this one wasn't too bad.
That's not too bad. What the? That looks like.
In comparison,
I don't know.
That's somebody.
Although-
She's carrying that thing. She goes, "This better be having some weight because I'm going to be beating somebody's ass with this for this."
Just say she. I thought that was a dude in a skirt. Am I wrong?
It's hard to tell.
We're assuming gender.
It's a helicopter.
That's a
Well, you know what?
helicopter.
The helicopter has nice legs.
Whatever it is, look at some
Well,
androgynous bullshit. Who cares?
What is it with it not being symmetrical? That's part of. See, you got frills on one side, no frills on the other. What the? I
think
mean,
it's just the angle that they took that at.
no. This is asymmetrical. God damn them for their
We
asymmetry.
had somebody wrapped in wrapping paper, but the
Eldritch.
asymmetry on that one bothered you?
You shouldn't worry about it, mate. You should not allow these
Oh,
things to haunt you.
That's not bad. You know, that's the
No.
Hillary. That's the Hillary Clinton. It's all right.
This one wasn't too bad. This one looks like I am totally ready to murder some people and wash the blood off.
Yeah.
Well, it is the new orange.
He's very serious.
It looks like he escaped romper room.
hey, stop doxing Prince of Queens.
Is this an actual model show, or are these just like Photoshop
These are a
images?
minimum of $400. When I'm looking, I always make sure it has to be a minimum of $400 for the outfit, and it has to have been shown on at least one runway at some time. Okay, because trust me, if I just went for stupid outfits, I'd never be able to narrow it down to under 1,000.
Oh.
Now, I just included
Well,
this
you
one
did.
because
You said
Freddie likes
400.
nipples. Although I will admit, what the fuck is up with her head? Like, I think they gave her one long braid and just wrapped it around.
Adult content.
Hey, move on from that.
Yeah.
You do. Move on again because it's still in the frame.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, we are watching art here, which is fully
This
allowed.
is art. This is not pornography. These are actual. These are runway models.
These were all derived at some point through links to the Huffington Post. We're good.
Oh yeah, there's a group of people that are looking out for humanity.
All right. It's the
Well, here
Jews
she's
again.
back again with
It's
the hair.
bloody Jews.
What?
They're having. Oh, never mind.
This one. I remember this one. She's wearing watches.
What time is it?
It's time to not get a watch.
It's time to be in denial.
It's burqa compliant.
That's got to be wicked heavy.
I don't know.
And can you imagine when all those alarms go off?
Aaron in the chat has a good point. Who picked these people as models?
Oh, dude, that would feel pretty good though if all the watches started vibrating simultaneously. Be like you're covered in bees.
What I don't get is why the hair is coming out the back. I mean, how do you see? What
Put a string on it, you can fly like
again. I have this tile pattern on the wall of my bathroom.
all she has to do is stretch out and just sit up there and see how high you can get her. You know,
No, is she there at gunpoint? She looks like she's blinking twice.
I
for
think
help.
that she was drugged. She's completely zonked out of her mind.
Well, she just came from the dentist.
Yeah, she just came from the dentist, and then somebody slapped a quilt on her and forced her out on a one-way. She has no idea where she is.
Your dentist doesn't give you the little disposable bibby?
I guess. Never took it off. She's a very, very short woman. She's Asian. They're very small. We was kangs.
What is with models and them like thinking it's good to see their ribs?
Because you can count all of them.
You could play the xylophone on them.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh my god!
Exactly. If you're bored fucking them, you can
Again, the watches. Those are watches.
Wait, is that rib privilege? Because I thought
That's-
gals had an extra
That's
rib.
rib privilege. Yes, if she's skinny privilege.
Mm.
No, I was
know,
talking about
so-
ribs.
Oh, ribs.
Well, women have rib privilege. Yeah, they got an extra rib. Selfish bitches.
Oh, looking at the chat again. Doku says, I feel like at this point I can make a dress out of glow sticks and toothpicks and sell it for thousands.
Oh, she's
yeah,
upside
dude.
down.
See, and I love the part about this where if you look really close here, let's blow in. Do 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 do. Sad fuck. Yes, you are.
That's a great
That's
troll.
awesome. That's awesome.
That is just awesome. Oh yes, you are. You are retired and loving it. Ah, right.
All right. Hey, you guys in the chat, if your eyeballs have had enough, first one to donate to Streamlabs, we turn off the models. If not, we're gonna keep torturing you.
Oh yeah. If anybody wants you donate money, I'll stop. Okay, this continues.
We were assuming someone's still watching.
Oh, they're still there, dude.
I
They're
know,
I mean,
loving
look at
it.
her mouth. I want to know
I
what's
know
up
you
with her
realize.
mouth. Did she feed? Did she feed before coming out here? That's what
People
I want
always
to know.
people love to see a car crash, so that's why they're hanging around.
Dun, 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 dun. Junior Birdman.
Oh god.
He's wearing his coat inside out and it's unraveling.
Fashion shows that were in North Korea. What the fuck's going on here?
No,
Like,
actually,
they're like,
this is
we
the
don't
fall
have
lineup.
like, we don't have anything. Let's just put some string on this shit.
Yeah,
What were they thinking? They were
it's a
going,
style.
you know, we don't.
I'm telling
we
you,
don't
this is
have
Hunger
enough.
Games, man. It's
This is
Hunger
Hunger
Games. I mean, this is.
And she's
It
got
is.
two little. I see. I've got pet beds for my cats that look just like that. She's
Oh
got
my god, they do, don't they?
No, that would have made the whole look. She could be the crazy cat lady.
Yeah, I
That'd
have
be
two
awesome.
little cats in there. I should save this one and Photoshop some cats into them.
She could have
Yes, you
cats in her
should.
hat.
Cats in the hat. Yes, this one. I've got to save this one. I've got to bring this one off to the side here.
Put a couple little kittens in her hat. That'd be adorable.
I've got to Photoshop that one later. Put little cats in there. I'm going to put that on my channel. Oh, yep. Sorry. Well, actually, there were no nipples. Does that count?
One more. Oh, he's been
okay.
working out.
So you have the dude that's trying to be Men in Black but got the wrong coat. And then you got the dude that's too poor for a shirt. Like, how much did the pants
Oh, actually,
cost?
the last guy I was thinking Dick Tracy.
Oh, fair enough. I went directly to aliens. God damn it.
I do not know what the fuck this is. It looks like he got attacked by the cat from the cat lady. Just shredded his pants, and he's like too proud to throw him out yet. Up.
Yeah, what's with some of
I
these
don't know.
topless people in fashion? What happened? I thought you were trying to sell clothes. Like,
these clothes aren't too bad. It's the hair that makes her look like she got, I don't know, thrown up by a vegan.
This is your upcoming line?
Oh yeah, this is 2019 fall fashion. This is upcoming shit. This is the future. Do you not know the future when you see it?
Did you say fall fashion or doll fashion?
Fall fashion.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. There's just what's that movie about the Hawaiian chick? I forget.
I have no idea. It's just like I don't know. It's like
it's wrong on every level, but I can't put a finger on it.
Are you talking about Lord of the Rings?
No, there was this Disney cartoon with some woman and she's
yeah.
Moana.
Lilo and Stitch.
yeah. This is Lilo. This is Lilo. She grew up and had to become a model and actually pay for things. Up. I gotta skip ahead. Okay.
Dude, the hippie fashion show.
Why did you glue flowers to her face? That's what I want to know.
Maybe she likes them.
Maybe. Peppy Longstockings. The future of Sweden.
Well, she's not wearing any socks.
It's Pippi No Stockings. Sorry.
Well, that's taboo.
That's taboo. Oh, this one wasn't bad.
Oh, that's more like.
Oh no, I remember the longer you stare, the weirder it gets.
Oh, it's Carmen Sandiego.
Haven't you? No, it's just she's too tall. Look at it. There's something wrong with how tall she is.
She's wearing like 6 or 7 inch heels.
Yeah,
well,
no, but it's
like
weird that
2 legs go together into one leg.
Yeah, it looks like that's her waist. I mean, I don't know, but optically, this is wrong. The longer I stare at, the more I go.
They did it on purpose, man.
Oh yeah, this is the.
We're advertising them right now.
Yeah. This is available from Emilio de la Moreno, fall 2019, ready to wear. Infant Riches de Premes Menswear, Paris Fall 2019. He has no hands.
I have not seen it.
He's got Jesus being crucified on his crotch and he has no hands.
I wondered what happened to Edward Scissorhands.
This is Edward No Hands.
Well,
Edward's after the operation.
Well, maybe he's got a new. That's a circle.
That's just a circle. At first I thought there was a cutout in his shirt. Then I realized, no, he's just wearing plastic nipples.
Okay.
What the fuck? Just he's so what the fuck? I'm happily dancing wearing, I don't know, a grass skirt all over my body. If you ever had a dream of being a gay bellhop with your twin.
Oh yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just at a loss. Did he just put purple ink in the middle of his face?
Yeah, it looks like it. He looks like he just said, I got purple ink in here. I'm not even going to bother putting on the coat. I love this guy. You can't see where he is. He's camouflaged. This one is just like
the 80s.
I don't know. I just don't know what that one is.
That thing looks like it came from the 80s. I'm sorry.
But this one I saw it and I said, "Oh, that is a cool logo. I want the octopus skull head."
Yeah.
Okay, holy shit. Did she kill a zebra?
Something like that. That's racist.
No, the zebra stripe, you prick. God damn it.
Nibblers. More Eurotrash chick or something? I don't know.
Is she just wearing a jacket? And okay. Like,
there are arrows pointing to his face and his crotch.
Punch me here.
Punch me here, kick me there.
It's a flotation device.
Yes, she's afraid of sinking. J. This series of horrible images brought to you by the letter J.
Well, Jansen, who's that crazy bitch that we have over here? You know, who always does those weird fashion designs. You know, the
It's a nice hat.
Oh crap!
More
I
puffy
can't
dude.
remember. Sorry, I know the one you mean though.
Yeah, it looks like
This
a weird
this one I
orange-haired
included
person.
because I believe this is
Hang
basically
on,
what
we're
Antifa thinks they
talking
are.
here. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's the White
Jensen,
Ninja.
You know who I'm talking about, though, Jensen?
I know the one you mean, dude, but I cannot remember the goddamn name. Sorry.
Right.
Damn it.
Yeah, and you can see her face, right? And she's got this orange hair and this sort of like crazy look and everything.
Yep.
Thug life, motherfucker.
No, but you got. I mean, this one. I mean, this is what made it for me. Here we go. We die, they do nothing. And then he's wearing this. It's like, dude, I wouldn't do anything if you died either.
Maybe someone in the chat knows it.
I'm not sure.
What's her name?
Is it horrible or is it cool? It's horribly cool.
Okay, well, the last one was better than that weird thing. Oh, wait, and now they got the dude all in black. I see what they did there. They're on the same desk. How clever.
And now we have, I don't know, American dude wearing. This is like what Europe thinks America is. Okay, because I remember this one. This one was in Paris. So this is what the French think America is like. You dance on the ceiling wearing frills.
Well, yeah, they think Elvis is still popular.
Cabby, Loafer has
what the
suggested
fuck?
Vivian Westwood.
That's the crazy bitch, Vivian. Yes, absolutely. You see, you look at the stuff. You want to see some crazy
Thanks,
shit
Lofa.
that's been produced. Thank you, man. That's really cool. Appreciate it.
Now here's a nice ass to wash your eyes out with.
You see, he
I
doesn't
like
even
this.
listen. He's not even
Really
listening
don't.
to what we're talking about. Fucking hell.
Oh, she's
I
going to
think
be on
that's at the end.
that 70s show.
And
We're at the end. That's it. I only got 83 pictures on this turn. But there you go.
But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know what's up with the modeling industry and not trying to actually sell clothes, because when they are fully dressed, the clothes are hideous. When they're not fully dressed, well, you're not selling clothes, then are you?
Indeed. Oh, it seems like I drove most of the people away. Sorry about that.
Well, that's why they call them clothes horses, isn't it? You know, that's the sort of pejorative. Those little clothes horses. Yeah, I feel sorry for the people who've got to put that on and parade themselves, but you know, they bring it on themselves.
Well, I think it's a symptom of the modern times where there's not supposed to be shame anymore. And because if these people had a shred of self-awareness or shame, they wouldn't put any of that crap on. You know? I mean, look at me.
But you got to remember.
Look at this. They would go, that mask is
Yeah.
fabulous. That's a
But
beautiful
remember-
mask.
Yeah,
No,
but
it's a
remember
joke.
that-
It's a fucking joke.
Yeah, but they're living in their own little, especially when you come to the arts, and I use that in a very, broad sense. Then these people are just all about upping themselves. It's all about how intelligent each of them are, about
You
how
don't understand.
insightful
It's
they
all about
are about some-
deconstruction.
Yeah, exactly.
Deconstruction.
And
We're
then the
destructing
the
society.
abstraction, or the abstraction, the extrusion. I
Oh,
mean,
we're changing the world with powerful statements.
Mhm. That's what they're up to, but that's how they justify their bollocks. But they're in it. Nobody else understands it. Nobody in the day-to-day life. It's like I was saying about this Vivian Westwood woman. You need to look into her. I mean, has he ever? I mean, when has anyone ever seen anyone wearing any of this stuff? Even in joke. I mean, apart from maybe Lady Gaga or something. Like some.
Last time I did this, we had an outfit that I swear was a mountain range. She was wearing a goddamn foam mountain range. It had to be like 5 feet wide. What the fuck? It had a tree on it.
It had a tree. It was a tree.
Trees.
The tree sealed the deal.
I was like, what is she wearing? She's wearing a mountain range, and that's a pine tree. What the fuck?
Dude, can you find that picture again?
This is so. You just don't understand.
Does anybody even show up to these fashion shows other than the snobs themselves?
I have no clue,
Yeah,
but
but
there's always
no, but my
people in
point
the
is-
background.
But my point is, right, when have you ever seen anybody anywhere? Right, no star is going to come out. I mean, some do go out in some of the Vivienne Westwood stuff because, I mean, she's a little bit more kind of eclectic than just totally fucking batshit. You know, but when? It doesn't happen. It's only like when you get that, what was it? Who did the meat dress or something? You know, it was a protest.
Gaga.
That was
Yeah,
Gaga.
Lady Gaga. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, occasionally you get one of those, but I mean, when was every single time you see somebody going down a red carpet and everything else? Are they walking down with a fucking mountain range on their back? No, it's not happening. You never see these ever worn anywhere else again. I don't even believe they get sold. I don't understand what the purpose of them are. It's just there's no way anyone sold any of those, and if they have, they've never been worn again. Where would you wear it? I mean, Halloween, maybe.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
You would wear that shit for Halloween? I wouldn't even do that to myself.
Well, I don't know. I was just trying to think of reasons, you know, why. But you wouldn't. And that's the reason no one buys them. That's the reason you don't see them anywhere. You know? You don't see... If you go into
They don't
a
even
nice
wind up at
restaurant-
Big Lots.
Yeah. It's not like you if you go into
Here's
a
the
high-end
part that
restaurant-
boggles me. Is there an actual print run? Like, do they make 500 of these dresses somewhere?
No, they
Like,
usually
and
just
wouldn't it be
make-
embarrassing if you actually bought one of these dresses, wore it to some function, and somebody else bought the exact same mountain
No.
range and was there with you? I mean, it'd be like you
Oh,
walk
no.
in wearing a mountain range, going,
Oh,
nobody's
no.
gonna be wearing a mountain range, and then you're like, oh my God, Sylvia DeRich has a mountain range just like me.
Oh,
I
no,
am
how
so
about-
freaking embarrassed. I need to go home and buy something else involving
You're not
hula
thinking it
hoops.
through, Eldritch. No. It's not the same one. It's like one person turns up as the Alps and another one has the Himalayas. So I go,
That'll
oh,
be
yeah, that's
acceptable.
status, man.
Oh my God, she showed up as the Himalayas. It's called her hips. Mm.
No, outclassed.
You're looking so nice in that dress, except for your saggy tits and big ass.
No, the Himalayas. It's a class thing. Oh, never mind.
Oh, it's the Asian thing. I get it.
Karen Marine said birth control clothing. Nobody's getting laid wearing that shit.
Nobody would.
How would you even work out how to you know, I mean, you'd need Allen keys and shit to even get the person out of the fucking thing to fuck them.
You need a pair of scissors. That's what you need. Just
Well, I don't know. Some of them weird bloody plastic thing.
And some of them are so open you wouldn't have to take it off to fuck them. I mean, it's like we skipped over a couple of them where they're like,
Yeah.
"Holy crap! What the hell's going on here?"
But
this is
no,
high fashion. This is
To get
this
that-
is what social this is your this is socialism. This is your culture and socialism. Any questions?
It's not socialism. It's hedonism. This
It's
is
the
where
same thing.
hedonism takes you. No, well,
No. Socialism leads to consolidation of power, and when you consolidate power, you get corruption, and corruption leads to hedonism. One leads to the other. I mean, they go hand in hand.
Nah, I don't-
Because what is socialism but the ultimate monopoly? That's really what it is. And capitalism opposes monopoly.
Well, you
So
can
when
say
you have
that about
competition, somebody comes out with a stupid idea, people go, that's a stupid idea. But if there's only one idea, it doesn't matter. You got to eat that shit.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you know, when you're talking about the political, there's plenty of different ways of getting to hedonism.
Of course, I'm saying this while wearing a purple feather mask, so who am I to judge?
Good God.
well, no, and just to try and get the horrible images out of my head. Jensen, you had something you wanted to talk about. Tell everybody about 6G and how it's gonna kill us all.
No,
Oh my God.
No,
6G.
no, Cabby, 6G. They're already.
What, they're releasing that?
No, it gets even better, mate. It's actually only a couple of energy points different from the non-lethal military units they're using to stop riots and whatnot. You know, the one that burns the skin
Yeah.
slightly.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute, they're going to be beaming stuff that's
you've got to have a lot
borderline
of
microwave
power behind it.
radiation.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but I mean, all RF radiation. I mean, if you frequencies are, I mean, they're you got to understand what they are in terms of the dangers. But yeah, it's still not good. It's still radiation. Nothing radio. No radiation is good radiation.
No, it's just a little radiation. Just a little.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
Just a little radiation. Hardly anybody burst into flames when we did some testing. Hardly any children turned inside out.
No, but I know the one that he means. He's talking about, you know, the LRAD systems, you know, they use on them. So if you could actually put that and distribute it, but
you'll never accumulate enough in your life.
They barely, you know, set up 5G, let alone putting in 6G. So I mean, they were saying that they were making the same thing, the same claim about 5G. So how did 6G suddenly appear? I mean, it's barely even been. It's not even, you know, prominent. The 4G is still.
Because it's got one more G than it's got one more G.
Everyone needs a
it's
G.
Got one more G. That makes it better.
G. Yeah.
The thing to remember is they're going to have to set up these
take a hot dog, put everywhere on it, and people would buy it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. This is the problem with 5G. Like 4G and 3G, you could have everything. You know, like because of the frequency band, you know, they didn't have to be so tight clustered. So when you change a frequency into 5G, then you have to build a lot more towers, right? Then they've got to be a lot more clustered together because the energy or the particular frequency that they're using needs to be, you know, very local. That's the way that, well, I mean, certainly with the energy levels. Now, unless they're putting major, I mean, it's not like an LRAD, but I don't know what it could do with fucking with people's heads because you can certainly, I mean, everyone knows that
I'll have you know, I live directly under a cell phone tower, practically next to my home, and it has no effect on me whatsoever.
That does explain a lot, Eldred. You have explained so many things
perfectly
to me
fine.
in one sentence. Yeah.
My cat barely glows.
Cabby, in the side chat, I put a link for you that tells you about the 5G and 6G and all that shit. You might want to take a look at it at some point, dude.
Oh, I will.
By the way, Mad Dodge, did you already go over like how Christchurch is being used to censor all the shit?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, we've touched upon that.
But
give your thoughts, actually, since I haven't talked to you in a while. So, what do you think?
I'm just, you know, what's his name? Epa Ben brought up a good one that I went and read. It's this guy. I put the post in the group chat there, but he's basically going on and it's like, this guy, he was corrupted by memes and the internet. So we need to protect people from thought.
Yes, but this is exactly what he said in his, in his manifesto. That this is this is what he wanted to do. He's just got people to play into his game, and
people who are actually crazy, who would be easily influenced by ideas from the internet that would make them do stupid shit, are too crazy to do anything disorganized. Trust me, I work with these people. Just last night, my coworker got attacked by one of the clients, and I had to go in and fill for her. But trust me, they do not do long-term planning like arranging a way to go shoot a bunch of people in New Zealand. The truly crazy people will be corrupted by ideas on the internet just because a strange evil idea popped into their head will not be the next shooter. The next shooter is somebody who's in an echo chamber who has nobody coming along to say, excuse me, nihilism is bad. The world does not suck. We're not blowing up the world. Will not save it. And let me explain why. Okay. Starting a war and killing half the people on the planet won't fit and create peace. Okay. I'm not sure where you got the logic that did that, but trust the guy with the face mask.
But this is exactly but there's the problem is, that's the conclusion he came to, and he's now sitting in a prison. I mean, this is the thing, right? I mean, he made sure he was completely covered in protective gear.
We know exactly what it was doing. Right? He was highly intelligent.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't know. You see, no. I think people are giving him way more. I mean, putting on protective gear. The idea that the guy, knew. I mean, it's not like it's difficult.
Oh, he's only in the 100s
of identifying.
He's not a genius.
Yeah, but people are giving him so much fucking credit for this, right? But it's not difficult for anybody to see. Like, all I've got to do is piss off this group, and this group, right? And plus, like I said, he didn't want to die. All right, he had his protective gear on.
Oh, what
right?
he did?
He was not planning to be a martyr, right? There was no way he was going to be a martyr. He wanted, and he's sitting there now chuckling away because he got people to buy into a bunch of the shit that he was putting into his manifesto.
Look,
I mean, so it's not the fact that, you know, the reason that people want to keep saying that he's really intelligent is because of how fucking retarded people are. The clever ones, the ones who claim they're clever, who are bullshitting about his manifesto, who are actually reproducing his manifesto, who are talking about his manifesto because he's managed to achieve his manifesto. You see, you've got to make him look clever, because otherwise, you going on about it, you're talking about a retard. You don't want to be talking about it.
Well, no.
It's got to be a clever guy.
There's degrees.
No, I'm sorry. No.
He's not highly intelligent. He's just smart, but he's still stupid because it's
I've
not
read his
going to work.
manifesto.
He's
I'm
misread
not
the
saying
situation.
I'm
We're
not
not-
saying that he's retarded. But I'm saying that he is somebody who is definitely just, he's a product of the internet. There is no doubt about that. Right?
No, he's not.
Like,
No,
no.
Did you actually read it?
I mean,
He's not.
in terms of the general culture, he is.
No, he's not. No, he's
in the
not.
way it was framed and everything else, and the
He's not a
context
product of the
and
internet at all.
references and things like that. Oh, really? What? So he's a product.
No,
of
he outlines it exactly in his manifesto. Where he got radicalized was in Europe.
No. That's but I'm
European.
saying, no. I'm not saying that the reason that he got motivated was one thing. I'm saying he's a product of the internet in terms of
No,
how
he stole from the
invented-
internet.
No. Listen, I'm saying it's the way in which he, what he did, like his motivation for what he did, and the way he presented it. He presented it as who he was, and his manifesto and everything is the product of his experiences.
Oh, his
through the internet
attempt was to
and everything
become
else,
a
right?
Yes.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying, right? So he's utilizing, all of those things. Like the final crux might have been, seeing all that stuff in France, but it was like, now I have something that I can now turn into something, right? And then he used his, who he was in order to make something out. And that happened to be, a product of the internet, and then so it turned into what it was.
Yeah. My whole.
No, it doesn't. I'm not saying the internet turned him into, made him what he was. I'm saying he utilized the internet, as a, as a perspective, as a perception.
Yeah.
That's all.
No, I got that.
As a kind of kaleidoscope,
My whole point, however, is that he's misread the situation. He thinks we're on the verge of a civil war. We're not. This is just a moral panic. It's just like every other moral panic. Okay.
Oh, yes,
All he
but-
did was fame the moral panic, and it'll die out like every other moral panic.
Well,
You know,
it depends, because let's see what happens over the next few weeks and months. I mean,
In order to have a
things-
civil war, you need 3%. This is proven. 3% of your population to go to war. That's not going to happen. It's
Mm,
not. You're not going to reach
Well-
that 3%. Not by people
well,
doing this stupid shit.
Well, Brexit.
I mean, he's
might do
gonna
it.
stir things up. He's
Mhm.
gonna cause crazy shit. There's gonna be people doing stupid things. There's gonna be stupid laws passed, and there's going to be people protesting.
No. I'm not
But
talking
there's
about.
not going to
no,
be
no, I'm
civil
not talk-
war.
No, I'm not talking about the
I
reaction in
was.
his place. No, I'm talking about copycats, people who want to sort of emulate. Because I mean, these sort of people. Remember, I mean, he was far right. Okay, I mean, he was like completely on, off the reservation, right?
Oh, yeah, but the
Politically
thing is,
speaking,
though, most
right?
copycats.
No, hang on. Right, he's totally off the reservation in terms of being completely far right. So he's not going to appeal. I mean, the people who he's going to be appealing to are going to be different. They're not going to be local.
He was
right? It's not
left.
going to be.
He was so
it's
far
not-
left. It was not funny.
Oh well, sorry, yeah, no, he he did call him a.
He wanted to look
fascist.
like he was far right.
He was an no, he actually declared himself an environmental fascist. Didn't he?
Yes,
But I still think that was a joke.
I don't know
I
what
really
the fuck he
do.
was.
I think that was some kind of like.
He was a nihilist. That's it. That's all.
Well, okay, well, yeah. So there are, but the number of pockets of nihilists which are out there. Now, yeah, it may not. I don't think there's ever going to be another one in New Zealand, right? I mean, why New Zealand, right? Because that never made any sense anyway. So he's a complete, oddball in that regard. But other people will get motivated by it. That's what his intention is.
But they're
So
not
he's
worried about
looking.
that.
So he's not thinking about another one happening in New Zealand, maybe one in Australia, but I don't know, maybe one in the
but who's-
Philippines, maybe one in America. Who knows? Maybe.
Yeah,
one
but you
in
need to
the
understand
UK.
something. You need to understand something. This was very complicated. This required a lot of work, a lot of prep, and this wasn't easy. He spent weeks, if not months, planning this very carefully to make sure nobody figured out what he was doing. Okay, you need to be somewhat smart to pull this off. The people he's going to inspire are crazy people who are easily influenced, and they do not have the ability to plan long term. There's going to be people doing some stupid shit, but it's not going to be of this complexity.
Hang on. No, I'm
And
sorry.
they will if they try.
No.
they'll fuck up.
I'm sorry.
Trust me, I deal with these nut jobs. Trust me, I know
Excuse me,
how
but
nut jobs think.
No. I am asking here. What was the complexity? He gathered a bunch of guns, right? So he
Managed
went
to
into
smuggle
one
them
place.
into
Now, seeing
another
the video
country,
now,
picked his target, scoped
no.
it out, spent a long distance time, spent time training, and there were. If you look at his
What do you
history,
mean?
there were people who at the gun place was going, "You need to look into this guy. There's something fucking wrong with him," and the police dropped the ball there. That's what happens. These crazy people, people are
but
nut
I'm
jobs.
just saying,
They set off bells around people all the time. We
Of
catch
course they
most
do.
of the
And
nut
yes.
jobs. We do.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
people
mean,
like
most
him
people
that
can
make
say.
fucking cracks.
Mate, there has been scientific studies where people can actually say, I mean, just by looking at somebody, whether or not they think they're a criminal, and usually it's usually correct. So
Yeah.
the idea that you shouldn't judge people is not.
Yeah, do
necessarily
not
true.
judge people by their looks.
Yeah. Well, there's a very good reason for it. It's like if they got that big ridge on the forehead, probably a bad idea to be hanging around with them.
I am fine.
Okay, so here's
There's no problems here.
all right. So I've said it before. I'll say it again. In my opinion, this guy was not crazy as we would classify crazy. He wasn't hearing voices telling him to do this. He wasn't schizophrenic, or isn't. I mean, he's still alive. This guy wanted to make a political statement, and he did so, and they're feeding into it, and that makes the media worse.
Oh yeah,
Not
That-
him killing people, but
No, he's
using
using
it for a
them.
political agenda.
That's what he said in his manifesto, is that he wanted to use them. And
Oh,
then
yeah, he's-
even though he notified them that this is what he wanted them to do, they did it anyway. They are amplifying his message.
They looked at the bait, said that's bait, and then they gulped it down and said, "Hey, look, there's a hook in my mouth. How did that get there?"
Hmm. Yeah. But I mean,
Well,
but the thing is, it's not particularly like he was clever, because I mean, anything that really he'd done in this situation, the media would have, ramped
Oh, he's
up
not
on
clever.
anyway.
He's not
Right.
clever. No, he's above average. Above average. That's
Yeah.
it. Not spectacular.
Well,
Just saying that, look, at the end of the
Motivated
day,
and above average.
I don't understand what the complication here. All you needed to do was, Google Map the mosques, right? There's only 2 of them.
I know it sounds on paper.
And then you
easy.
collect guns, and then you went out.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
because
yeah.
I mean, when you actually look at it, when you're saying planning, it's not like he had to dig a tunnel and get into somewhere or whatever.
It'll take
All he
weeks
did-
to get them.
All he did was walk into it. I mean, I'm talking about the actions. The actions he did was just walk into a place and shoot it up.
No, there was
and
a
then
lot
he
more
walked
before that.
out. No, there was, because I've seen the video, right? And he walked
No,
in.
that's
he
all you're
shot
focusing on.
out of everything.
Trust me.
And
there
then he
were
went,
weeks of
but
lead
he
up.
went back to, but I'm talking about the implementation. I'm saying about what the actual, what needed, what he wanted to.
But it still took weeks to set
achieve.
that up.
Yeah, but it didn't. Well, I mean,
Yes,
maybe
it
to
did.
get the guns or something. I
To
can
get the
appreciate
guns, to
that,
get
right.
everything set up, to make sure
Yeah,
that
but that's
the
not
move
smart.
wasn't
That's
so-
just having the right connections. They're saying, here you go.
Oh, no,
Here's
it's
a
just
bunch
being
of money. Give
methodical.
me the guns.
It's just being methodical.
Oh, yeah.
and
I'm not
being-
saying he
and
didn't plan it. But
and
it's
being
not,
careful. I'm
It's
willing
not
to
like
bet he
it's
probably
not
bought the
like
guns
it's
over a long
fucking
period of time.
Kelly's Heroes, is it?
No, but you seem
know?
to think that it doesn't take patience. Most crazy people
take
have no
patience, yeah.
patience.
Oh no,
Trust
but that's
me.
why. Yeah, but that's why this isn't, just a wackadoo, an average wackadoo going
No,
up
it's
on
not.
one, right? This is, obviously somebody that's got an agenda.
But
And
you seem to
clearly he
think
had an
patience
agenda
is
'cause he-
common. Patience is not common. Okay, patient people willing to be meticulous and careful are not common. They are very rare.
I
It is
know,
very
but
rare
he
to
was-
find somebody. Most people who are nuts, and trust me, I've seen them all. They are not patient. They have zero deferment
well-
of gratification.
That's what I'm saying. He's not a wackadoo. You know, he's not just some crazy. I mean, he is. I mean, like you say, maybe a nihilist. Maybe I mean, a sociopath. You know, I mean, yeah, Siri, you know, obviously got disorders. I mean, and he doesn't obviously have any level of empathy. So he's showing all the signs of being either a sociopath or a psychopath or a nihilist. So,
I would go so
know,
far as to say that he's showing sociopathic tendencies, but I don't think he's a true sociopath. I think that in about another 5-10 years, when he grows the fuck up, he's going to look back and realize what the fuck he actually did. And then he's going to have a come to Jesus moment. And it's going to be too late. No, I've met this type. I've met his type. It's going to be about 5-10 years, and then he's going to deeply regret everything he did.
No, he's going to be.
This is not a true.
He's not going to survive that long. But here's the thing.
Oh well, yeah. You got a point there. He may never make it 10 years in jail.
He was trying to create a political movement. I'm not saying he is the same. It was the same type of action as John Brown, but it was the same type of violence as John Brown, where they wanted to shoot people to create the Civil War. And John Brown got his way in the end. There was a Civil War. Just saying, using violence for political means has happened all throughout history, and it's going to happen in the future.
Oh yeah. No question about it. But usually the violence doesn't work in the direction that people would like it.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, we also don't know what kind of groups this guy was connected to. So he may, you know, like be a catalyst for different. I mean, these days, you know, around the world, you may not have a concentration of people in one place, but if other people adopt it or, you know, take it on, then, because, you know, the internet is out there, and there are plenty of people who, you know, are willing to emulate these different things, you know, with the same psychosis, with the same,
well, I mean, here's the thing,
same
though.
neurological disorders.
If there's people out there willing to emulate this, why didn't they emulate the last half dozen mass shootings? See,
well,
that's where this argument falls apart. This isn't the first mass shooting.
Well,
We've got them. If you go worldwide, this is going on all the time. There was like a couple of days ago, but they were in countries nobody gives a fuck about.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's
so
the
we
problem.
don't exactly. But this is the thing. This is what I'm saying. Is, you know, I mean, the guy's delusional. I mean, he went on this delusional thing, and he thinks. I mean, I've done this as a comparison. Like the equivalent of what this guy did, I see as like the guy who shot John Lennon. You know, just wanting to be famous, right?
Yeah, that's basically it.
That's my equivalent for what this guy did.
This is the guy who shot John Lennon. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. That's it. He just wants to be famous.
He's going to have made his statement. He'll be putting a little footnote somewhere in a book somewhere, and you know, maybe somebody will read about him in about 1,000 years.
Well, no, and I want to read this out of the chat. I even threw it in the side chat. Tyro has got a really good point. So Tyro in the chat says, we should seriously question why his manifesto is being hunted down and taken down and suppressed, while manifestos from other terrorists have been allowed to remain.
Oh, well, that's easy. It's because this manifesto makes the media look like idiots. Because if you read the manifesto and then you look at what the media is doing, it's blatantly obvious how stupid the media is. And the media wants to do what's written in the manifesto, but they don't want anybody to know it was written in the manifesto. That's it. That's all it. That's why that guy's been arrested in New Zealand for posting a link. He's going to face, 16 years in jail? Because he posted a link? Oh, come on. What the fuck is that about? It's about protecting the people in power. It's always about protecting those who have power.
Yeah,
never anything else.
But the thing is, though, you have people fighting back, which is what he wanted as well. You have bigger YouTubers reading the manifesto on videos.
Oh, I think everybody should read it. I mean, think it's actually.
I don't know, man. I've seen Mr. Dapperton put out a video where he covered the manifesto. Romy Millennial did as well.
Oh, I mean,
and now she's ablaze.
I mean, you don't have to read it yourself, but I think it's pretty informative. Like I don't think there's anything in there that would corrupt somebody into becoming like him. The only thing that's in there is like a really sad. It's a sad story, in my opinion. I read it and I just feel sad. Like, I'm not enraged. I don't want to go and smash things. I read this guy and I go, wow, you clearly had some level of intelligence and you allowed yourself to be duped. Yeah. You allowed yourself
exactly. This is hardly Mein Kampf.
No, there's nothing groundbreaking. It's just a sad story that in no way will. If you don't read it, you might fall for his manifesto. Like if you read what people in the mainstream media tell you is his manifesto, you might fall for it. But
Yeah.
if you actually
Well-
read it, you'll just sit there and go, "You are a sad, pathetic man."
Well, like you
Well,
say,
here's
they keep calling him this radical right wing, extremist because he,
He's a
Richard
boogeyman of the hour.
Spencer and things like that. Yeah,
Congratulations, you're a boogeyman for another week or two, and then
Yeah.
you're going to disappear and you're going to rot in a
Oh,
jail cell.
exactly.
Unless
John
one of your
Lennon-
fellow
John
people
Lennon
stab you alive.
syndrome. John Lennon syndrome.
Yeah.
Really is.
Okay, so there's another question in the chat. Aaron asked, "How about MK Ultra?" I had brought that up initially right after it happened, but we talked about, which I have not seen the footage. I have not. Other people on the panel had, and they say he's laughing. He doesn't have that blank look like you would say when somebody suffered under MK Ultra. You know what I mean?
He's not,
MK Ultra
he's
would
not
be
on
classified.
autopilot. He is not in a
happened,
dreamlike state. No, he's not in any sort of.
No.
He hasn't been brainwashed in any way, shape, or form. He's just delusional in believing his own. He's smelling his own farts and believes everything.
Well, I still gotta. Is there is he doing a 4chan code with the music in that video when he's arriving? Because it's like fucking polka music or God knows what that he's playing while he's heading down. It's just weird. Weird
Finally
music.
beat my fucking game.
Congratulations!
Yay.
It had it
Well,
coming.
But you know what I mean, Eldritch. It didn't like this music that was there, and then he ends up with brass band, an army band music at the end of it.
Well, I didn't watch the whole video. I just cut a few bits and pieces of it because I just wanted to.
Oh well, you think.
I didn't want to catch
Oh,
every
man.
gory detail.
No. I'm
pointless.
talking about I'm talking about the drive to the place, the bit beforehand.
Ah, right.
He's driving, and he's got all this music. He's got the music playing in his car, and he keeps changing it to different kinds of music. It's very odd.
No, it's because in his head, he's going through scenarios in his head, and when he changes the music, he's changing what story is going through his head, because everything he's dreaming of doing has a theme, is associated with the theme song. When it's certain songs, he's thinking certain.
I don't know.
scenarios.
I don't
No,
know.
I've had
think
this.
you're
I've
taking-
met people like
You're
that.
trying to take it to a higher level. I think he's fucking about with the. And
He's
that's
just
why I ended up
daydreaming while
with,
he's doing that. He's
with
daydreaming, and
a
that's why.
brass band. No, I think it's actually intentional. I think he's fucking about.
Well,
really
I
do.
mean,
think
both.
he's
It's
fucking
possible.
about.
He knows it's being recorded, but but my impression was he was in his head. He was.
Well, you
going
don't
over
know because you
scenarios.
didn't hear it because you didn't. I mean, you
No,
gotta listen
I
to it
remember
and
what part you're
actually
talking
watch it.
about. But I skipped to the.
Yeah.
I just thought you were talking about in the actual
Yeah.
building.
No, I know. Well, he didn't have any music in the building. The
No,
only time there was music was in the car.
I didn't know that. That's why I didn't. I thought there was more music in the car. I mean,
No,
inside.
No, I said
Oh,
it
yeah.
ended up with the brass band. The Coldstream Guard.
If he
in
had
the
gone with
background.
Chatelet, then I would 100% agree with you.
But what? Agree with me about what?
That
Well,
it
the
was
thing-
totally just to fuck with people. Like if he had a copy of Chatelet and started playing that, then he's fucking with people. I'm just giving my impression. I could be wrong.
Mm,
Yeah, or that Donald Trump mashup song or whatever. But no, he plays a Serbian nationalist polka song. That's
Yeah.
odd. Other than the fact, the Black Hand was were Serbians, right? And it was a plot that thrust the world into World War I.
Remember, he was in Europe.
yeah.
That's where he got radicalized. That's where he bumped into
Mhm.
people. And that's the whole Serbian polka thing, is just from the culture that he identifies for.
But also, yes,
In a way,
exactly.
he's
But-
I'm wondering what his heritage
Yeah, but
is.
Eldritch, also remember at the end of it is that he ends up playing the Coldstream Guards, right, which is a British, military, band parade song, tune, as he's heading in, right, and he's and everything in his stuff is about protecting Europe, protecting the white race and the whole white identity thing. And
Yeah,
then
well-
he does that. So, I mean, yeah, but don't forget New Zealand is part of the British Empire. And then he ends up playing the Coldstream Guards, and it's one of the most famous of, the tunes.
No,
that
you
get.
might have a point there, because I didn't know what the origin of that song was.
Yeah, well,
That does sound like an excellent choice for fucking with people.
Yeah, no, and then 2 days later, a Turkish citizen goes into a tram in the Netherlands and proceeds to shoot people as well. But this time, it was a Muslim doing it. So it's like eye
Well,
for
who
an
cares
eye.
about that? Okay.
It's okay if a Muslim does it. Remember,
It was a mass shooting of peace.
Yeah, it's
Dude,
a.
what's your problem with the mass shooting of peace?
This is diversity adoption. So those are diverse bullets.
Diverse bullets.
They were very
Yeah.
diverse bullets, many different calibers, a diversity of calibers. These
Yeah, I don't
ones
know.
were pre-fragmented. These ones are filled with phosphorus.
Wow. There goes your chance of ever getting monetized, Dodge.
Actually,
I think we lost that when we showed the nipples.
that's not true. I found out that Pinoid got approved for monetization today. If he can get monetized, then come on. I'm
Oh.
going to reapply.
Like Jesus Christ, man, being white. Holy crap. The gorilla himself. He's the gorilla in the room.
But no, I'm tired of talking about this shooter. I feel like we're giving him more fucking coverage than he needs. I think Fox News is doing that enough.
Yeah,
Um,
let's talk about drowning a gorilla.
I don't want to drown. Can gorillas swim?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can
Can
actually.
gorillas spoon? Is that what you said?
Who cares?
You want to spoon a gorilla?
I said
Said
Who cares
swim.
if
Swim.
Dodge does?
Oh, okay. Sorry. I misheard you. I have too many feathers in my
hair.
ears.
Swim.
Apparently.
I'm gonna take the feathers out of you.
Here. Nice. But I don't know. It's almost 5:30. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Cabby, 11 days, right? Or is it 10 days now until you guys are gonna break it hard, baby?
Well,
Oh, no. Actually, they're looking
29,
at doing a
no.
2-year extension.
the 29th is meant to be when we leave.
I mean, if England's lucky, the 2-year
I'm
extension
telling
will
you
fall
now,
through.
no. If we do not Brexit, if we do not go, then democracy is dead in this country. It's gone. I mean, it literally.
Oh, I
this
agree.
will
I
be
agree.
this will be the tombstone of any all of those people who died trying to create things like the Bill of Rights, and it won't matter. They'll have all just been pissed away because of that. Because of Theresa fucking May and the little Skex's bitch that she is, bag lady. Yes, anyway.
Did you just say
I
Skeksis from
I
the
did.
Dark
Yes,
Crystal?
She's
you
a
did.
fucking Skexis.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Gelfling! Gelfling wants Brexit! We must kill Gelfling before Brexit!
telling you, these no, it's hideous. Seriously, it'll be that really proves that democracy doesn't work. We had a vote. We told them what we wanted. It's the
Theresa
one
May
time.
looks like the kind
It's
of
the-
person who
no,
captures
it's the
little
one
girls and
time,
trains
right? Oh, Eldridge. hang
souls
on.
to live
Hey,
forever.
Eldridge, right? This is the one time, the one fucking time that we've actually had a direct vote, right? An absolute direct vote. It's like a yes, no, and we gave. It's the one time the government has ever had a true mandate, from the people. Whenever you do the elections, they provide you with their manifestos, and we vote on them according to their manifesto. This time, we gave them a mandate, and if they don't fulfill on it, then they've basically shown that voting is worthless. That
Oh
it's
yeah.
pointless.
No, I mean, no, I agree.
That's
with you
what they've done.
100%. That
It's
that
the
is
end.
what would cause the revolution. That's the kind of thing that causes people to take to the
Yes.
streets and start doing shit. Okay, when you blatantly tell them, "Hey, guess what? The whole system's rigged. Go fuck yourself. Have a nice day. Would you mind waiting in a queue? In 90 days, we can give you final disapproval."
And you can't believe how annoyed people are. We got the Tommy Robinson thing going on. A guy getting persecuted.
Do you
just for
believe they're
trying
going to get the
express
extension
himself.
though? I mean, you're over there. Do
No,
you think the
well,
extension's going to
no.
happen?
They shouldn't. There shouldn't even be. It shouldn't even be an issue.
It shouldn't be even on the table. I'm with you. And that one
No.
guy, I forget who he was, but he stood up there and said, basically, he said, "Hey, Theresa May, stop resubmitting the same bill over and over and over
Yeah.
again. We turned
Yeah,
it down
no, yeah,
twice.
she's,
Don't do it again, you fucker."
Yeah, stop trying to polish a turd. It's not working.
Stop trying to.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking we're it's going to be a hard Brexit. I mean, I always thought it was, but I'm actually kind of afraid for you guys that they're
No,
going
no,
to
that's
weasel
the
out
thing.
and do that
They're
2-year
saying that-
extension.
yeah, but this is the whole point. They've already, you see, Theresa May thinking she was being clever has said that, now like a hard Brexit is off the table, apparently. But it isn't, because the statute still says that, the law still says that we leave on the 29th, whether she likes it or not, or how many agreements. And it's the only thing is how far our government is now willing to sell us down the line and to prove that our votes, like they're just trying to find a way. There should be no extension. I mean, it's the whole point. There shouldn't be anything. This is my, oh God. The 29th is the cutoff date. That's the legal limit to the Article 50, right? If they then continue beyond that point, that is the point at which democracy in this country has completely ended. It's gone.
I would agree.
They have no longer valued or give any credence to the votes or the value of the electoral system. They don't care.
Okay, then, Cabby. Is there any Plantagenets left? How about you overthrow the queen, put a Plantagenet back on the throne? You guys will definitely leave Europe and probably go to war.
No, I tell you what. No, it'd be better we get a Stuart. And get the Scottish back on board. Bring in a Stuart king. That'd be cool. That would
hey, the Scots are good.
Rejuvenate the Union.
I like Scott from Star Wars. From Star Trek.
No, you heard it first here, folks. Dankula for King of England.
Yeah, why not?
Yes.
That'd be fun. I swear to God, it's like King Ralph or something. That'd be hilarious. It'd be like a modern version of King Ralph.
Oh yes! Oh my God! Yes, it would be King Ralph. He is King Dankula. remake King Ralph with Dankula. It's perfect. It writes its fucking self. Oh my God! Because it'd be like the lowest quality like fart humor possible, and you'd have little Nazi saluting dog right out the like opening scene, just Sig Heil puppy. Oh,
it just works on so many levels.
Oh, it's perfect. We need to call Count Dankula right now and say you need to get the rights to remake King Ralph, and you need to stop.
Yeah, but get a Scottish king in.
And I bet you. I mean, I know we're joking here, but I think everybody would see it. They'd hate it. They'd pan it. They'd say it was Nazi propaganda without even seeing it, and everybody would go see it.
And I bet he'd get more votes than Captain Poxy Marvel.
You know what? I don't know which director did Top Secret, but you got to get that guy.
Oh, Top Secret.
Yeah, that's the director for it, because he was always good at doing. You never had two silly things at once. You had one silly thing in the front with something normal in the back, or had something silly in the background with serious stuff in the front, but you never did two silly things. And it worked.
Yeah, I've seen the other deconstructions of the film too. Yeah, no, it's a good film. I like it.
All right, just a second. I got to open up my Streamlabs. We got a $3 donation from Jez. I'm going to see if there's a message in there for us to read. So you guys go ahead while I check that.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
He's gone. All right, when he comes back, we jump him.
That is one of the funniest films. It'd be brilliant. But like I said, yeah, definitely King Ralph with
it practically writes itself.
Dankula.
Although at this point,
it'd be perfect.
Why doesn't your queen do something? She just
I don't know.
Does she just not know what's going on?
No, I think the honest reason is that she doesn't give a shit anymore. All the lands that need to be conquered have been conquered, right? Deeds have been drawn up and everything else, right? Land rights have been issued and stuff. So she doesn't really need to give a shit. Even if she gets dethroned, they can still. I mean, basically, what are Harry and Kate? William and Kate, and Harry and whatever she's called. I mean, they're just like celebrity couples now. They can just go off and enjoy, everything that they've got. They don't really need to care, right? They become transnationals.
Doesn't the Crown own? Here's the question after I read what he said. Jez says, fuck monetization. Yeah, thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate it. As always, we appreciate every donation. It always helps to keep the show running. Thank you very much. But doesn't the crown own the property? So if you dethrone her, she loses all her lands.
Well, no, she only loses the crown property. Now, there are lands which were sold off before, which are independent lands. So, I mean, she has her own.
They've already packed their parachute.
Yeah, exactly. So, like Blenheim Palace, that's the Queen's. That's one that they own themselves. If you look at the actual, like, do they own Windsor Castle? I don't think is that. I think they do. Actually.
I think so.
Yeah.
And
Whereas,
Balmoral in Scotland.
Yeah, Balmoral. But like Buckingham Palace, I mean, that's just a tourist attraction. So what? Turn it into, apartments or something.
A theme park.
Yeah. Oh, why not? Yeah. But yeah, so the land, the actual lands that matter, they already own. The rest of it, more than happy to drop off. If people want to get busy, they don't have any investment. I don't think that this idea that the Queen, the anointment and the Queen becoming, it's not like fucking Excalibur, none of that.
Don't tell them that. They'll get confused.
Wait, you guys don't believe in the divine right of kings?
Winter is coming.
You guys still believe in the divine right of kings, right?
No.
The Queen is still the head of the Church of England, right?
Yes.
Well, I mean, yeah, they claim that, but I mean, well, no, the head of the churches apparently now, right? Because then they add, or I don't know. Look, they fuck about with this stuff, but nobody takes it seriously.
Cabbage doesn't care. He's a Jew. Look at that nose.
How dare you?
You're a Jew. You're a Jew like me. Look at my Jew.
I am not a Jew. Don't you try to contaminate me with your Judaism.
You're hurting my feelings. As long as you're happy.
You fucking they.
I'm just here. By the way, all that rage, it's bad for your pancreas. It's going to give you pancreatic cancer. Right. You got to think the pancreas never gets any love. You need to get more love for the heart gets love, the lungs get love, even the liver for all you drunks out there get love, but not the pancreas. It's the powerhouse of your internal organs. You gotta get cancer in your pancreas. You gotta control. Drink more milk.
What? No, you've gone completely off. And you talking about your patients, right? You are more mental than your own patients.
Hey, seriously, they rub off on you, right?
Maddox, no, I'm serious, right? Because I helped a friend of mine get to.
I'm just trying to relax right now. I've been under a lot of stress lately.
I helped a friend. No, Ted, seriously, I helped a friend of mine to a PhD doing clinical psychology. And she ended up in one of the darkest sanctums. I don't know if you know. There's a prison, sort of like the Silence of the Lambs place.
That's some brutal work.
Yeah. So she ended up there. It's a place called Rampton Hospital. It's in Lincoln. All right, and there are places there. They actually have rooms that you don't open. They only have a slot.
Well, what I'm wondering is, how did you help her? Did you need therapy?
Right.
And you're like, as long as it's for free,
that's right. Yes,
if you have a soul, the job gets to you.
No. I was helping her with obviously her studies and things like that, and but the point I was going to make is that I met her, colleagues, and they were the most fucked up individuals I've ever met in my life. I mean, weird in too many ways, right? I mean. I know that the lunatics take over the asylum, but then when the asylum people become the lunatics too, there's got to be something to do with it.
No,
I'm not kidding.
If you're an intelligent person and something horrible happened to you and you got a problem working through it, one of these weird phenomenons is the people who've had some horrible trauma is they go to college and they say, I want to figure out my horrible trauma. They wind up taking psychology degrees. And that's why you get this unusual amount of crazy people as psychologists. And
I'll give you an example. Right? We were at a party. It was a wedding. After the wedding, we were staying at this family's house. and everyone was, you know, partying obviously afterwards. And there was there was this one woman who was she was kind of trying to seduce like a, I don't know, 13 maybe 14-year-old guy, you know, like boy. And there were other people, like, because I went down and I was like, I just, you know, should I mention this? And I said to it's like, oh, you noticed it too. Okay, it is weird the way that she was treating him and stuff. It was like, I'm telling you, creepy fucking people. Psychologists and psychiatrists.
It does lead.
Probably
No, I
the
mean
most
that's not
disturbed.
just a stereotype.
Yeah, they are the most, you know, seriously disturbed people. And the idea that we're meant to hold ourselves under those people, and especially when you hear what a lot of psychiatrists have. Well, I mean, you don't know, do you? Because they could be feeding their own psychosis as well, you know, by the clients
that's the thing,
that they adopt and things like that.
The system does pretty good job of weeding out the truly nut jobs. But the thing is that everybody does have some degree of deviancy from the norm. So that unfortunately is what's causing the big problem, I think, in the industry lately, is that you have this it's a weird level of intolerance and tolerance. Like common sense is not tolerated, but the most weirdest eccentricity is, you know.
Yeah, but what do you classify as eccentricity, and what do you classify as a sort of like a real social deviation? Not deviance, but a deviation.
Well, okay,
you know,
like I'm wearing a stupid feather mask. That's a little strange. Okay, let's face facts. But this isn't something where you go, dear God, this guy is dangerous to himself or others.
Yeah, but I mean, why?
But then you see some psychologists trying to justify that it's okay to have sex with a 15-year-old.
Yeah, no. But I would ask the question, why are you wearing that feather mask, right? I mean, that would be the initial question.
Because it's funny as hell.
Yeah, but I mean, you're doing it with nobody seeing it.
It's funny to me. I don't need somebody else. See, that's
so I
really don't need other people. That's where I'm at.
Right.
It took me a long time to basically not need social.
So you don't need validation, in which
not
case
at all.
So therefore, you're never going to receive any kind of social feedback because that's irrelevant.
Yeah, it really is. It's irrelevant.
So self-contained, which means that, I mean, that is the source of the sort of narcissism and you know, sociopathy.
To some degree, it is.
Is that like, well, like, because I do not have any. You have no relevance to me. I'm not going to have anything contribute. I'm not going. I just bounce off me. I mean, no, that's exactly the kind of shit that I saw coming out of that Rampton Hospital. You know, with the actual clinical psychiatrists and the psychologists and the.
Oh, it is a danger. Yes, there are other factors which can limit it, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but you just described it, and you said, yes, that's me. And it's like, well, okay, so how the fuck are you going to help people?
But you see, narcissism is self-confidence to a degree too. Like, I don't believe I have a false level of opinion of my ability to handle problems. Okay, because I have been in disasters where other people have been blubbering idiots, and I stepped up and fixed shit. Okay, when the whole world has been falling apart, I went in and fixed it. Now, is that ego to believe that I can do it again? Is that narcissism to think, hey, I saved people's lives, I'm a cool dude? Yes, that's narcissism, but it's also true. Narcissism,
no, it's a matter of how you present it. No, because if you did it and you didn't expect any kind of, like, you know, recognition, you just did it because it needed to be done, that's one thing. If you then expected to be recognized for your achievements, then yeah, you got to.
Yeah, but wait. Oh, no.
Gabby, we're defining narcissism differently. We are on YouTube. We're all narcissists. Like, seriously.
well, no, I'm not a narcissist. I'm just talking to friends and stuff. It's like, I mean, it's just we're broadcasting a conversation, which is weird. But yeah, you know. I don't see.
Well, no, I know. I mean, Dodge has a point. We are a little narcissistic here, but I mean, it's also what is our motivation?
No, it isn't. No, I mean, well, okay. Why is it narcissistic? Not just sort of, you know, wanting to be. What
I see it as an absolute. There are
Here's the
degrees
thing,
of
I watch
narcissism.
my view count. I watch my view count. I watch my subscribers. I try to do better to get more subscribers. And I also try to make money doing that. Dude, come on.
Yeah, but that's not narcissism, mate. That's you trying to build a business, or trying to make something that hopefully you can develop into something. I mean, that's normally what people would call,
The Mad Dodge, he's got an absolute vision of
productivity.
narcissism. That you are narcissism or you're not.
No.
There's no middle ground for it.
No. Please don't define me and don't tell me what I think or I know. Right? Don't do that.
Then how is it to be a little narcissistic?
Okay,
I'm not saying he's not a little bit. I didn't deny him the ability to be narcissistic. What the fuck is wrong with you? You see, this is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of bullshit you get from these people when they're off fucking time.
Why? I don't know what you were going with.
No, when they're off the clock. When they're off the clock and they start fucking trying to diagnose people remotely. It's all right, yeah, okay. Well, you want to read my fucking tarot cards next? Fuck off.
I'll read your tarot cards. I actually know how to do that.
Last time I got a full house with my tarot cards and I killed 3 people, so never again.
Okay.
But you were saying something about Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah, what about all these broadcasters from the radio? They're all a little narcissistic as well. I mean, anybody who thinks the sound of their own voice can make them any type
but are
of
they?
money.
See, there. I see a difference between true narcissism, which is false, and earned narcissism. Like he is got millions of people listening to him. Okay, he is that guy. His opinion does change political reality. What Rush Limbaugh says does change the world. That results in a huge ego, but is it unjustified ego? It's justified. He does have that ability. Okay, so he is narcissistic, but it's justified because there's a reason for it. Now, I have the problem with unjustified narcissism, where somebody says, like, I'm super awesome and amazing and terrible, and like most people in Hollywood, they have unjustified narcissism. Look, I'm in a movie. I'm changing the world. I'm making things better for all women everywhere because I did a movie where I refuse to wear my costume ever again, even though I'm claiming it's for little girls, and little girls would like to see me wearing the costume. Fuck those little girls. They don't matter.
No,
I'm not wearing this costume ever again. I just want my paycheck. By the way, who am I talking about?
No,
that's narcissism.
Yeah, no, there are elements of. Well, I mean, it depends.
That's the bad narcissism.
It depends on the way. I mean, narcissism generally is a state of mind. It's not sort of like something you apply. It's just something that that happen. That is a result of, or out of your actions. Right? I mean, you are the narcissist. You implement your.
I think I understand. I think I understand what you guys are saying. Like, okay, let's take Metallica as a case study here. Just because I hate the fucking drummer, right? He was a massive fucking narcissist, in my opinion, or is. Meanwhile, the lead singer doing all the fucking work seems like an incredibly cool fucking guy. You know what I mean? So, I think I understand what you guys are saying now. Justified versus unjustified.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest here. For a while there, I had some unjustified narcissism until, like, I had an awakening moment where I realized, holy fuck, I can really hurt people. Okay, I don't want to get into it, but I lost it, and I destroyed somebody who shouldn't have been destroyed. Like, they really did not have it coming, and I was pissed. And then I realized, oh, shit. Oh, fucking shit. And you have that moment where you realize you need to calm the fuck down, dude. You're getting out of control. Most human beings have that moment of awakeness where they extend beyond themselves. But there are some people who don't.
But you treat people, right? I mean, you work with these sort of people. And you're acting in the very way of the people that you should dissection yourself. You should admit yourself.
Admit myself into treatment, or...
Yeah,
Cabby's telling you to turn yourself into the asylum.
I do. I got a psychologist I go to. I unload on
him,
well, and every once in a while I go, by the way, did I go too far? Did I cross a line? And it's highly recommended in the field. You need to have somebody who checks you.
Yeah.
That's my problem with most people in Hollywood. Nobody checks these people. Nobody.
But
These people are just out of
yeah,
control.
but yeah,
with
but
echo chambers.
no, yeah, but everything that you just said indicates very well that you should probably be in the very same establishment. That,
No,
you know,
no. Everybody's got
you're
no.
dealing with.
Can you function in society is what matters. And I function in society much
Well,
better
okay,
than
well,
most.
yeah. So
Well, no, and
I got no
remember,
problem putting on a silly mask. I got no
Well,
problem.
no, and Eldritch,
I got no problem
think,
switching to whatever I need to be.
I
Okay.
think we talked about it on a live stream about you were in the financial area, and that's what you're talking about. You collected debts. That's it, and that's all. We don't have to revisit it. But yeah, so he switched jobs, Cabby, and guess what? Now he's not collecting debts on people that don't deserve it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how that's relevant to the, you know, this whole psychological profiling stuff that he's talking about. You know,
everybody does
job
it.
as a,
It's just I'm better trained at it than most. Trust me.
well, no,
Everybody does
yeah,
psychology.
of course they do. I mean, everybody, you know, when you see
that's the
somebody,
irony
you
of the
make
whole thing.
any kind of, yeah, but no, it's not. There's no irony.
Well, no, there is irony there because
Well,
you know who the best
No, there isn't.
psychologist would be? A
No,
con man,
because
because
what
he can
is-
read you as a mark and take advantage of you immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
That's
what
psychology.
people do. But that, yeah, but that's well, it's not really. I mean, yeah, but there are people who are very hyper, you know, sensitive to, you know, social cues and things like that. You know, that and people like Darren Brown or whatever. Right? If you look them up, I mean, you got a lot of these people who that work, you know, work as magicians and things like. You know, I mean, Penn and Teller and, you know, other different performers. So, yeah, you can have people who, you know, utilize and exploit these different avenues or, you know, elements of the, you know, how easy it is to mentally manipulate us. But it's a question of when you're meant to be somebody who is trying to treat these people, thinking in the way that you do. Because it's just so weird. I don't get where you're coming from.
You have to be two different people at once. Look,
Yes,
I have to be
like-
myself, or I'm going to
Yeah,
go
but,
crazy.
No, yeah,
but
but
I
know-
also have to
yeah,
be who I'm treating.
You don't have to be them.
Yes, if I'm going to help them, I do. I need to understand
No,
how
you-
they're thinking, and I have to get inside their head.
So to defeat evil, you must become evil.
No,
Right?
no,
So
I just
fucking
have to
Batman
understand what they're
bullshit,
thinking.
Jesus.
You have
Well,
to
yeah,
follow
but
their
that,
chain of
doesn't
logic.
mean you got to become them. It doesn't mean that you got to
No,
follow
no, there's a-
narcissism or. You know.
And not becoming, I'm thinking like. There's a difference. You get two
Well,
parallel
yeah, you said become.
universes exist in my head at a time. Their train of thought, my train of thought, my vision
Yeah,
of
but your
reality,
train of
and then
thought
seeing
is
theirs.
very odd as well, right? Because you've already admitted that you know you need.
I would actually go
same
so far as
thing.
to say my train of thought is extremely odd because it's incredibly based in objective reality, which is to an unnatural degree. I reject subjectivity a lot. I really do. I really embrace truth at every possible level and what reality is actually. I focus on what things are actually a lot. And that's what people who I help appreciate, that I get down to I don't get caught up in the morality. I get to what is actually going on. What is the reality here? And they appreciate it because it helps ground them. But the fact of the matter is that's not normal. Most people live in a world of delusion. I mean, to some degree, they think they're good people when if you actually look at what most people do, they're not good people. You know, when you actually break down what most people are like, people are really shitty, but they're really nice to people they like, and then they're really shitty to people they don't. But in their head, they forget the bad stuff and remember the good.
No. That's such a. I mean, that's kind of Disney-esque.
I don't know. It
Not
kind
sort
of
of a breakdown.
it kind of seems
No.
like the idea of like the Sunday or the Christmas Catholic or the Sunday Christian.
Yeah,
They're only,
a lot of people are like
Yeah,
that.
look, there are loads of people, yes, but the thing is, it depends on what relevance, and you know, people band together. People have their family units, they have their social units, you know.
But I'm not like
And
that.
so, well, you're not, but you
That's
know,
what
just
makes me
because
weird.
you're, yeah, but that's the thing is that because you're not like that, you can never relate to somebody who does have that.
Oh no, I can't.
So somebody who
I
has
can
had
think
that,
in
no, you
weird
can't.
ways.
No, you can't.
Yes, I
you
can.
can't just. No, you can't. You can't just arbitrarily adopt an awareness that you've never had.
I've done it.
Right? You
I've
can't.
done it
no,
while a
you
guy had a knife
haven't.
to
You
somebody's
can't.
throat.
You-
I've done it when somebody was
look,
schizophrenic
no,
and all three
no,
different
I'm not
universes
saying-
in his head. Okay.
I'm not saying that you can't negotiate with somebody.
No,
and
not
try and,
negotiate. Understand what he's
mindfuck them.
saying.
No. But you can understand one element of what he's saying because that's a particular very fragmented element of his life, but you don't understand the context or the full crux of where he's coming from. You just managed to do one little deed on one element.
But it's all about the
one experience that he had. No, it isn't. I'm sorry, but I cannot buy that.
It's like a different programming language.
You just think that you please. Oh, spare me.
How I think is my programming language. How you think is your programming language is just learning a different.
And you're a therapist?
No, I'm not a therapist. I just treat people. It's different. I'm the night shift. When somebody's trying to kill somebody else, I'm the guy who goes in.
So what the fuck does that?
Yeah, so he didn't go.
It means I hit the panic alarm and then I go and try and keep the situation under control until the cops arrive, which can be up to 20 minutes.
Right. So you're okay. So you're on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
like
and at 2 a.m. when there's nobody else around,
okay,
I'm the guy they all come and talk to.
Okay.
I'm the guy they sit down and talk about all their nightmares and shit.
Yeah.
The way I'm imagining it is in the movies when someone wigs out, he's one of the guys that run in, hold the guy down when the real doctor comes in and handles it.
The irony is that a lot of these clients, after they've talked to me once or twice, they come to me and they go, I hate my doctor. I can't, he doesn't listen to me. And you're the only person who actually makes any effort to actually understand me. And these people are some of these schizophrenics, man, they're jumping around, but it's because I just go, okay, whatever you're saying, I'm going to take it at face value and I'm going to accept your logic and I'm going to follow it to its logical conclusion, which often leads them to going, wait a minute, what the fuck? Because you're actually paying attention to me and you're actually saying my own words back at me. I never thought of it that way. And it helps calm them down. Because they think somebody's actually trying to understand them, which is really what most of them want. Most of them just want to be understood. I think most people are like that. You especially, Cabbage, you're constantly cutting everybody off saying, stop telling me what I'm saying. I will tell you what I'm saying. This is
excuse me. No, don't even try to. And no, don't do that, because I'm not going to get fucked with. No, I say that when somebody says, oh, so you're saying, or oh, that, so you mean this, or whatever.
Well, that's simple reflection.
When I say, don't tell me what I'm fucking, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Don't tell me what I'm fucking saying. That's
no, they're not. They're telling you what they're hearing.
Well, that's fine, but don't tell me that that's what, their interpretation. That's fine, no problem.
No, it's not.
But don't tell me that. No, yes, but it's the way they present it is, oh, so this is what you're saying, and and then they're trying to translate their own interpretation over mine. So no, I've already said what I mean, and it was quite clear because I am fairly lucid.
It doesn't matter what you say. The only thing that matters is what your audience hears.
I can express myself quite successfully. I don't need any additional in order to express myself. So
it doesn't matter what you say. It only matters what people hear. In the end, the only thing that matters is what they hear.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But this is the reason I'm saying. Yeah, but my point was in response to what you said, which was about me trying to cut people off and stuff like that. It's like, no, the only time I ever cut people off
is when you want to be understood.
It's when they try to reinterpret me. No, I'm telling them that they have no right to reinterpret what I just said because I made myself quite clear. I don't need it to be validated or, reinterpreted.
I understand.
Yep, which is fairly. I don't understand why that's a complex concept.
It isn't.
No. Good.
But anyway.
Hey, we found it.
Any rate, Mad Dodge, are we talking too far? Probably lost everybody at this point.
It's all good. If you guys want to wrap it up, we can go off air, or we can keep. It's kind of what the I Drink and I Know thing is about now. Is we are going to do new stuff still, but I want to dive into other issues, other things. And we've been talking psychology here for a little bit. It's been kind of fun.
No, I got no problem with it. I'm more than willing to babble about this for hours. I mean, it's what I do. I mean, the weird thing is.
Well, what about hey, how about the time? how about the psychology of the people who think that they've had sort of alien encounters and things like that?
Oh God.
Lucid dreaming potential,
Oh,
or
God,
is it?
I hate that. Yeah, God.
Oh, you know what? Okay, before Eldridge,
Yeah, okay, maybe I should have
I'm
gone
gonna let him go ahead and rant here in a second.
No,
Look,
well, I mean, you gotta understand. Yeah, no, well, before we get any further, I need to.
Real fast before, I'm gonna let you go. But I think there is something to remote viewing, so change my mind.
Right off the bat, I don't accept the existence of the subconscious. Okay, it doesn't exist. It was created. It's all part of Freud's freaking desire to create a soul. Okay, the subconscious is your soul, and the lid is a little demon on your shoulder, and the superego is a little angel on your shoulder. But there is no subconscious. There is only pre-programmed responses. 99% of your brain is a pre-programmed response.
So we're all NPC.
But the part of your brain that has free will is the part that can turn it on and turn it off. Okay, you could choose to take a step or you could choose not to. Okay, that's pretty much what free will comes down to. But we have a lot of pre-programmed responses. And people think, oh, there's got to be another person in my head telling me what to do because I did this reflexive thing. No, you spent years, whether you realize it or not, pre-programming yourself to react a certain way to certain stimuli. You just forgot you did it. Okay, you don't have a second person in your head. There's no little angel or demon. There's no subconscious. Okay, and that's where the problem with these lucid dreaming people, because they think I'm getting in touch with my subconscious and I'm getting in touch with the part of my mind which doesn't talk to me. No, your whole mind talks to you all the goddamn time. You just have forgotten what pre-programmed responses you put in your head because you don't spend any time doing any maintenance under the hood. Okay, you've deluded yourself into believing that there's a second person in your head and you're trying to contact your inner child. No, there's no fucking inner child. There's no fucking other person in your head. There's you and some habits that you built up over the years that if you just accepted that you built up this habit, you can demystify it and you can extinguish it if you want to or keep it if you want. Okay? It's your fucking choice. You're not a slave to your own stupid brain. That's what I hate about all these lucid dreamings people, because they believe they're slaves in their own heads. And it's all part of this, like, I have no free will or control of my life, and I don't want to be in charge of anything. But I'm just a weak person, and I'm just flowing along because I'm like a flower child. Fuck yourself. Seriously, grow the fuck up and take control of your life.
I've never heard that about lucid dreaming, because lucid dreaming people, generally speaking, are the ones who, because I've done it, done the lucid dreaming.
Oh no! I mean, there's some people who do it and they control their dreams to start having fun with it.
The heads.
I'm talking about the deep into it.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. Yeah, but I'm talking about the sort of like general concept. I was not talking about you dealing with whoever you deal with. I'm talking about the concept.
It's the hardcore people that are the problem. People who just everybody. You can realize you're in a dream and have fun.
Yeah. But I'm not talking about.
There's nothing wrong with
that. That wasn't my point. I mean, I was talking. You just went off on that.
It's the deep into it people that are the problem.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, but that's not the ones that I was meant to be talking about. When I said lucid dreaming, I was talking about. I mean, like I said, I've done it, and it is very strange to have control over a dream. The first time I tried it, I ended up buying, one of those goggles, and it puts you into a state.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I had the sort of strobe effect thing, so it can put you
it amplifies the natural blood that's rushing through your eyelids, which helps create what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's very, and you end up with this, but you're in a dream, and you can literally control it. It's very much like the Matrix sort of thing. I mean, you can just pop up a strawberry if you want to. It's a very strange place to be.
So what's the difference between that and I haven't necessarily experienced that, but if I wake up from a dream and I get up, go to the bathroom, get a glass of water, I can lay back down, think about that same dream and re-enter it. Like I do it all the time.
Yeah,
it's pretty easy.
But how annoying is it when you get up, you take a piss, you get back, you're having a great dream and you can't get back into it. Then you're tossing and hurting. That is fucking annoying.
Well, it's how much sleep you getting is the question, of course.
Yeah, well, okay,
Like-
let's not get into the medical.
No. I mean, that's a big
Fucking,
factor there,
you know,
because the
think
less
about
sleep you have, the more intense your dreams wind up. Because basically, what REM is your brain defragging. It's rearranging your neurons and it's streamlining the data. So if you never go to sleep,
archiving.
you eventually die. You can die from lack of sleep.
Yeah,
It takes
it is
about 2 weeks.
Yeah, it is archiving.
But
Yeah,
but during REM, and while you're archiving, you've got all those thoughts in your heads being rearranged. So it's basically, it's setting up the information in your head in a better order. And while that's going on, you start free associating all sorts of weird shit.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm saying.
But the less sleep you have, the more sudden and intense it is.
Yeah,
People
but
who
I'm
like
saying
skip a day or
about
two
the
have nightmares.
connection with sort of lucid dreaming and alien abduction. That was my original point before you went off.
Oh, well, I
a
mean,
little
alien abduction
personal
doesn't happen.
tangent.
I mean, but you want to get into why people believe that? It's because they want to be special.
Yeah,
No,
so
I
I was
think
saying if the lucid dreaming is fuck's sake.
Oh, you think the
It should
lucid
be
dreaming makes
simple.
people
You're
think
meant
that
to
they
be
were
the
abducted?
intelligent one, right?
No, I don't think that lucid
Fuck's
dreaming. I
sake.
think the abduction phenomenon is either there are aliens or it's sleep paralysis and they're freaking out. It's the same thing as the succubus
Oh,
myth.
yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I think the alien abduction thing is, Cabby.
I've
So
had
I do disagree with you. I don't think
Yeah.
it's lucid dreaming. I think it's sleep paralysis.
Yeah, I've had
That seems to be the case. Well, though, having said that, when you're when you go into the initial lucid dreaming state, you do kind of like you have to submit to it, because you do have that sort of stage where you can either go one way or the other. So you end up with this sort of static state. But when you do,
I start
commit
off with
to it-
hearing things when I'm slipping into it. I start dreaming sounds first before I start seeing things.
Well, it's different things for all people, isn't it? I mean, like I said, I used to induce them. So, By
the way,
could do it
insomniac.
for-
I've been up for 80 hours straight.
Yeah.
So
Well,
trust
no,
me,
I
I
was
know
gonna
all
answer
about
yours
what
off.
happens when you crash.
which is
I was
not
gonna-
healthy.
I was going to answer your question. I had sleep apnea when I was younger. They took out my tonsils and it seemed to go away. But according to my wife, I still have it. I still stop breathing every now and then. So my sleep cycle probably is short. I probably enter REM sleep, wake up, go back into REM sleep, wake up, throughout the night. Because that's
That
what
might
sleep
be why you're
apnea
more
is.
likely to pick up where you left off.
No wonder. I take like 2 pisses a night. I mean, I'm 50 though. So it's only to be expected, you know what I mean? That's just what happens.
But yeah, like the
Yeah.
abduction thing, like I
Yeah,
said, I think
right.
that's more like sleep paralysis and maybe a mixture of the two. I could see that because
Oh, I think there's
Even
a
if
number
you
of
get
reasons for it. I think that's a big one. But unfortunately, it also comes down to, well, the person wants to be special, and they feel like their whole life has been boring and dull, and suddenly they're abducted by aliens. Well, that's horrible. That's terrible. No. When you actually think about it, if you were abducted by aliens, I don't care how terrible or horrible or awful the experience was, it would be amazing. The implications are amazing. And it was you out of how many billions of people, you were the one person who knows for a fact that alien life exists on another planet, that it is possible to travel from one solar system to another in a being's lifetime. I mean, that there's energies in the universe that allow for that sort of thing, that there is material that could survive interstellar distances. Holy fuck. If even one abduction is true, the implications for the world are amazing. And and it would also probably signify that humanity isn't doomed, because the universe, as far as we could tell, is pretty empty, which implies one of two things: either we're the first ones to become intelligent in the universe, or there's some barrier coming up where all intelligent life encounters and then it kills us all. Like there's some scientific technology we develop which causes the planet to blow up. I don't think that's the case.
It's also the point. If you look up exponential, developments, you get to the point where, what we're doing now. You think about it. What we were doing in the 1800s is totally irrelevant to modern day.
Yeah.
So, the idea that we try to communicate with somebody using what RF frequencies. I mean, that's
No,
what we're
I mean,
using
not
with our
just that.
radio
There's
telescopes,
some
right?
sort of-
And they're not going to be looking for that. So, you know, I mean, once you go beyond, I mean, look how quickly the acceleration has happened from going from Stone Age. I mean, it was a low, you know, low pickup rate. But when you look at the acceleration that's happened from, I mean, even the, you know, like say Bronze Age, you know, Bronze Age and then going into the, well, Iron Age to Bronze Age and then onwards. And next thing you know, the Industrial Revolution, and then boom. I mean, think about it, right? I mean, it's what is it? 1918, the first match was created.
Yeah. No, I mean, people
And so
don't realize
now
how.
people have to use flints, you know what I mean?
I mean, if you just about 99% of the modern world was created in the past 200 years. It's bizarre how quickly humanity is advanced, which is part of the reason why shouldn't there be more evidence out there? Because we're kind of an old solar system. Well, no, I'm sorry, we're kind of a young solar system. I mean, there's been a lot of other planets that have had a lot more time to evolve. I mean, when you look at even if it takes only 1,000, 2,000 years to get from one star to another and set up a colony, the entire galaxy should be overrun by now. I mean,
well, and what they say is it'd be more likely for a probe to show up than an actual being.
Yeah, I mean, but nothing, which I think isn't that bad. Like, I think overall that what happened is, I think that unfortunately, probably intelligence is incredibly rare. I don't think it really gives. We all think life is evolving towards intelligence. No, life is evolving towards reproducing.
Yeah, exactly.
We just happened to become intelligent.
Yeah,
and it just gave us an advantage. But
Even
if some other alien came, if a creature evolved that said, I get to reproduce by eating humans and we have no way of stopping it, guess what? We're gone.
Yeah, but even if 0.001% of all the planets in the universe evolved intelligent life, there's still thousands of star systems.
Oh, I think there's probably intelligent life in another galaxy, definitely.
But the thing
I'm not
is,
sure if we got another one in our galaxy just now.
No, there may be intelligent life on other planets, but if there's going to be interstellar intelligence or whatever, it's got to be AI. There is no way that biological, things are going to exist. We've already seen how they operate.
Well, then what do you think
cell
about
division and
the
everything
Black
else?
Knight satellite then, Cabby? Because, like I said, you had dropped out. But what they say is it's more likely for a probe to show up than an actual alien ship full of aliens. But it was the Black Knight satellite. So was there a probe?
The Black Knight satellite was a blanket that had been blown off something.
Oh, NASA's lying all the time. Don't listen to that.
Well, the problem is that unfortunately our local, space around Earth is full of junk. I mean, it really is. It is. Yeah. We are such litter bugs.
Yeah, and the thing is, look, why do people? I mean, okay, you could say that they're really interested or whatever, but I mean, they've been hanging around apparently for 100 years or so. Well, I mean, thousands of years if you want to go back and do the sort of, the Van Daniken bullshit. But I mean, for what reason? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. That there's no rhyme or reason for them just to be here, to be zipping around, and apparently,
they're really fascinated with my anus.
Yeah, it doesn't make any difference. I mean, there's far more interesting planets around us than us. And if they want it, I mean, like you said, if they had this, they'd evolved in order to eat human beings. Well, they'd be fucking lucky to find us, wouldn't they? They'd be extinct automatically.
No, absolutely not. We are shooting our signals out into space for them to find us. We are yelling, "We're over here! Come see us!"
No, that stopped because Stephen Hawking said that it was a bad idea to be, announcing our presence.
Well, and also we are moving a lot of radio signals off. We're getting a lot of more focus. Our radio signature as a planet is vastly decreasing. So there's really only a 50-year bubble going out right now.
Exactly. So it's nothing. I mean, the chance of anything within range that's ever going to receive any messages.
So the civilization has to evolve to the point where it could detect it and was looking in our area, and they've only got about a 50-60-year window to detect it, and probably only out to through 5,000 light years. So, I mean, it is probably really unlikely anybody's going to hear us. Unless
unless that Earth-like planet around Alpha Centauri is inhabited. That's only what?
And it has to have evolved at the same time and become intelligent and then receive the message, within that 50-year bubble.
And not blow
Right, so it
themselves
has
up
to be-
on socialism.
I mean, you're talking about a fucking, a fine
think that's the
window
wall.
of time.
That's the wall. Socialism.
Yeah.
Intelligent life evolves. They go socialist, and then their civilization implodes, and everybody dies.
Hey,
Great
wanna
time
hear
to jump in,
something
Sean.
interesting about Jack the Ripper?
They give it all back to the ducks.
Yes.
Apparently, researchers say they finally identified the serial killer known as Jack the Ripper based on DNA evidence.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
No shit. Is it one of the
Yeah,
Jensen's
who did they
relatives?
think it was?
A
Give me the
man.
quote. Yeah, but give us
Nah.
the quote. Yeah, but who's this from? Who's making this
Did
claim?
they have a name?
The man who killed at least 5 women in the Whitechapel district of London in the late 1800s is believed to be Aaron Kosminski. I think that's how you pronounce the name.
No, that was the guy that they thought did it, and they released him again, right? And he ended up in the mental institution.
Yeah, it was totally Aaron. Totally Aaron. Yep, definitely
No,
that
you
guy.
see, this is why. Yeah, isn't that the guy who made that hotel with all weird?
A
Rooms and everything.
23-year-old Polish barber and the prime suspect at the time.
No.
Oh, blame the Poles.
No,
The
You always
foreign-
blame the Poles.
Bloody immigrants.
The
See,
forensic
bloody immigrants.
investigation was published in the peer review of the Journal of Forensic Sciences last week. The finding could bookend a cold case that remained largely a mystery for over 100 years. It also raises questions about what other details could be discovered from other well-known murders and kidnappings.
Well, if they ever find the 6 pence he owes me, I want it back.
Oh. Well,
That guy was such a.
and what publication is that from?
This one,
It was
unfortunately,
published.
it's CNN, MSN, and MSNBC.
Hmm.
Oh well, I don't trust it now. Came
Yeah.
from MSNBC. No, it's got to be lie. Everything they say is lie.
Yeah, everything, every mainstream media news source is a lie.
Yes, I'm going with that. Survey says. Eh.
I don't know. He was
Actually, I know what you're talking
I
about,
have
and I
heard
think
his
that's
name.
pretty accurate, actually. From what I remember reading about this a while ago, but yeah, I think from what they were doing,
I thought
it sounds like it was
Walter
him.
Sickert. I thought it was Walter Sickert, to be honest, the painter. But hey, he was that Polish guy was the prime suspect at the time, and
And they let him go because of diversity.
Unfortunately, I can't get into the Journal of Forensic Sciences.
I
because
probably
it's a
can through my
P-
university website. So
it's
give
a
me the
pay-as-you-go-
publication date.
it's
and
a
the journal, and
pay-as-you-go
I can probably get it.
service. I'll just send the link to your Discord, but it's a
Yeah, I'll
pay-as-you-go
check it out
server-
after the
service.
show. I bet you I could log into my university and get access to that. If it's peer reviewed, then for research purposes alone, I should have access.
Cool.
Yeah, that's something else I'm going to be doing. We at the beginning of the show, we were talking about the new direction of the channel and some improvements. I'm going to start using my university's fucking library more often. I have lots of information at my fingertips that other people don't have, just because I'm going to school right now. So I'm going to use it.
Honestly, if you were hoping to get your channel to actually grow, talking about normal stuff, that would probably be a good direction to go, because honestly, this politics shit doesn't actually seem to sell very well.
Well, no, I already announced that next month I'm doing more TV reviews and mainly Game of Thrones. All right, straight up.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's finally coming out.
Yeah, the last season, and I'm not stupid. I know my bread's going to get buttered if if I fucking do Game of Thrones reviews. I will see growth. So, hey, it is what it is.
The thing I posted right above that was about a woman who got attacked by a bunch of anti-vaxxers because she got her son a flu vaccination and he died of the flu.
Oh.
I'm not going to touch that one. I talked about the vaccination thing just the other day. I'm not going to touch that one. Jack the Ripper, though, it's interesting that they had the right guy and they let him go. If forensic science was what it is.
Yeah, but
today,
when they say the DNA, where did they get it from? Because DNA has a very, I mean, it is very unstable. It's very
If I
tough
could get
to
into the
maintain.
science journal thing,
Actually, oddly
I would
enough,
be
it's
able
not.
to tell you more
They've
information
managed to
about
like
it,
get
but I
DNA from
can't.
like people touching shit now.
No, it doesn't
Like,
work.
it's
Not over any extended period of time. I mean, there's entropy, and it just
Well,
degrades,
remember, this
whether
guy
you
was
like
in
it or
their
not.
fucking spleen.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
this guy,
but
took a tap dance through the rib cage.
Excuse me, but I'm not talking about any of that. Oh, yeah, that's all very impressive. But I'm talking about the actual evidence that was used. I mean, where did they get the sample from? That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I
where
suspect
did the
it's from
DNA
him going,
come from?
tiptoe.
Well, yeah, but
from
what
the
if they say,
pancreas.
okay, but what if, well, maybe that's what you're saying, but that doesn't mean that's what it is. I'm saying, what if they're saying that what if they're picking up
the arbiter.
What if they are
Arbiter.
picking up? What if they are picking up a blood sample from, some strap off, somebody's luggage or something? Or it's a DNA sample. We swabbed
The article,
a piece of
I
luggage.
scrolled down
Why did
past
you get
a
this?
bunch of ads, and the article goes on to say Amber Hagerman, the unsolved murder of a 9-year-old Amber Hagerman, prompted the Amber Alert system to help locate missing children. In 1996, Amber was kidnapped while riding her bicycle in Arlington, Texas, and later found dead. Amber's case remains open. So that's probably why they still have her DNA. And
But from what?
Matt Dodge, I hate to interrupt, but I got a boogie. So,
all right, take it
it's
easy,
been real.
man.
It's been fun, and I think it's been real fun. Catch you later.
Well, if she's still literally in the system, it could be from something that her parents gave her or gave the police.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. Is it a blood sample? Is it a tissue sample? Is it a? I mean, is it a
Blood samples
scraping?
deteriorate.
Exactly, that's what I'm asking. So, where's it coming from? In order to verify this sort of story, to say that they managed to find Jack the Ripper. It just sounds like, one of these stories that, we finally discovered it. Because they keep doing it all the time, right? How many times have they claimed that they've discovered Jack the Ripper?
I don't know. I quit counting.
Yeah.
They never had DNA tie in it, though, Cabby.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, is where is the DNA from this? I want to know where the DNA comes from.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll follow up on it, and I'll look at the actual journal article, and we'll do something on Jack the Ripper probably this weekend or next week.
Cool.
Yeah, why not? We'll do it. So yeah, there you go.
Take some screenshots. That way you can actually give Cabby some verified evidence so he can read it himself.
No, you don't have to give screenshots. Just send me a link or whatever. I'm just asking where the actual samples came from. Was it from a body? Was it from tissue? Was it from, scrapings off a handbag or whatever? I mean, I want to know where the actual samples come from. I don't think that's a fucking unreasonable request.
No, it's not an unreasonable request. Not at all.
Jesus.
But, Cabby, I don't think any link I give you that comes through my university will work. I'm going to have to screen capture it or download the PDF of the article.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Well, yeah, most of them will be PDF, won't they?
I believe so. Usually, I got a couple books on the Civil War for mine and MC's series downloaded already on PDF on my computer from my school. So, yeah.
But you can also save HTML files too, so you can still save them offline.
But yeah, so
And then-
I'll
and,
absolutely do my homework on that one, and
Yeah.
we'll cover Jack the Ripper. I tried to talk about Brexit, but there's not much to talk about. I don't think Theresa May is going to get a deal done. I think you guys are either going to get hosed in 10 days or you're going to leave either way. I don't know.
Madodge, since the days when you and I were on Ogre's channel, what did I say they were going to do?
Yeah, you're going to get
make it
hosed.
the biggest mess that they could.
Oh,
yeah.
like I told-
and we have been.
Oh, like I told CSG on his channel earlier today when he put out his Brexit video. Similarly to our own country, theirs is fucked.
Yeah, it's
AIDS.
Yeah, like I said, I was explaining what was going to happen 3 years ago, and it has happened exactly as I fucking predicted it would. Once we knew that Theresa May was not going to fulfill on her obligations of issuing Article 50 on the very day that it should have been issued, we knew we were getting hosed at that point.
Well, no, you're absolutely right. But Ace in the chat is trying to tell us where they got it from. It was from a sperm they found on a scarf. Well, the thing is, though, Ace, these were prostitutes. That sperm could have came from anyone.
And sperm on a sperm, the DNA, the lifespan of that, and they're saying that they're using a sample of that now. I'm sorry, that would be so degraded. It wouldn't. There's no way you could use that in a court of law. Not a hope in hell. That DNA will be so corrupted over that period of time. No,
I'm not.
Use that
I don't know anything about that. I just know Ace said that twice in the chat, so I wanted to read it out. So you heard it, Kevin.
Okay.
But
no, well, Ace of Skulls, dude. Yeah, I know. I appreciate that. You know where it came from because he's actually the only one who fucking bothered to say where the fucking samples came from. Thank you, my friend.
Well, I didn't finish reading the whole thing because you kept interrupting me.
What do you mean? I asked you a simple question, and Ace apparently could answer it, and you couldn't because you hadn't bothered to read what it was you were bleating on about.
Well, you know, Ace has male privilege.
Women's. Yeah, I've got faster reading skills, right?
But no, guys, this was an impromptu stream anyway, so I think we're gonna wrap it up here. We will be back tomorrow at the usual time. Thank you everybody for coming out. Good night, good luck, and for God's sake, don't go to fucking France. We're out of here. Say good night, Cabby.
Good night, Cabby.